Elvis Presley covered that song.
Meet Me Halfway Across the Sky?
And Poison covered it as well.
Yeah, Poison's cover was all right. I didn't hear Elton's.
Oh, jeez. Come on, please.
Okay.
It was a refuge. I was...
All right.
The day I started working in this format so many years ago, I called up Rock 103 and said, I'm never going to listen to you again, that's for sure.
Oh, come on. He's the king of the soundtrack, Bill.
Okay. Good. That's good for him.
He's the king of the soundtrack.
Good for him.
Look, every one of these Carrie's playing is a soundtrack song. We could open with this.
Gina, I would remind you that just because something is everywhere does not mean it is good. As a matter of fact, when it's everywhere, it often means that it's mediocre.
This is in Caddyshack too, isn't it?
I've never even... Oh, this is okay. I've never heard this. Thank you.
This is in Caddyshack. This is at the pool. This is the pool scene.
This is where they throw the Baby Ruth in the pool.
I saw Caddyshack 1, and that was enough for me. I didn't feel they could have topped that classic.
You mean 2?
Well, number 1. I don't think they could have. I didn't see 2 because I didn't believe they could.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
They
that's
should
what I
not
figured.
have done it. They should not have.
Well,
done
Kerry said they threw a Baby Ruth in the pool.
That's
all
in the
I
first
asked.
one.
The first.
Oh, is it in the first one?
Yeah, that's the classic that you're quoting. That you said they could.
It's
never
no big
do
deal.
better.
It's that.
Oh, jeez. Well, there it is. It was.
If you watch the Yacht Rock documentary, he's all over that.
Guess what? I won't. I know you've watched it. I know Carrie's watched it. I will not watch it.
It's funny.
So what you're telling me is you're watching it ironically.
I'm half and half.
You enjoy it.
I'm able to do both.
Mm.
Watch it ironically and go, yeah, they were pretty influential, weren't they? Look at all the artists that they inspired. You know,
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Look at all the damage they wrought.
I'll tell you the documentary that I didn't think that I would appreciate, that I'm actually winding up appreciating, is, I think it's called 1964. It's the new Beatles documentary.
There's
64.
another Beatles documentary?
This one's Scorsese.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have not seen it yet.
And it's just he found a whole bunch of footage that had never been seen.
How can there still be footage?
I know, right?
Because they were everything everywhere for a while.
This documents their arrival in the United States for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And what's fascinating is there's so many interviews with parents,
scared
political leaders, and they were terrified of the Beatles,
which is hilarious.
I did see
which
this.
is hilarious.
I saw this, and you know what's interesting about that is the parents in England, they loved the Beatles.
Yeah, they just
they're wonderful boys. We love those boys.
But boy, terrifying American parents.
Yeah.
I understand that they're coming to perform here in our country, and I'm sure that it has nothing to do with talent that people appreciate them. I'm sure it's something of a sexual nature.
Well, why can't it be both? I don't.
Because you don't want your kids thinking about that.
Yeah.
They didn't want their kids watching Elvis wiggle up on the stage. That's.
But yeah, you'd have thought the devil was coming to town.
Yeah.
And it's these 4 kids with what at the time was weird haircuts.
Yeah.
And suits, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Booked them at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
And
That was the first place they played?
No, they played
at
several places.
They
but
played at Yankee Stadium or.
they interviewed the guy who booked talent at Carnegie Hall. And he says, so I booked the Beatles. And when they said, well, what is this? And he says, oh, it's an ensemble of young men who perform music.
Okay, sure.
All right, sure. The next day, the manager of Carnegie Hall said, when you said they were an ensemble, I was picturing a string ensemble of some kind. I didn't.
Well, there are some strings there.
And she looked at the guy and says, don't ever speak to me again.
Wow.
He says, then, a few months later, I booked the Rolling Stones. the day after I got the phone call, said, "I'm serious. Never speak to me again."
Yeah, it was quite an event when the Beatles came to New York and came to America, and they were, in all the interviews that they did, they were witty and funny, and just having a hell of a good time.
Yeah.
And they like to screw around with the reporters and and answer their questions obliquely.
But oh yeah, you'd have thought that Satan himself was heading to the United States.
Well, on the other hand, look at where we are today. Maybe,
It's not coming.
yeah, maybe.
The Beatles ruined it all.
Maybe it was true. Maybe they unleashed evil upon the world.
We wouldn't have Kenny Loggins if it wasn't for the Beatles. I'm sure of that. No?
That's well, you're probably right. Jim Messina actually was with Buffalo Springfield, which was a very, very good rock group with Neil Young and Stephen Stills, and then somehow he got teamed up with Kenny Loggins for a while.
There was an interview with Smokey Robinson on this Beatles documentary, and he says, "Yeah, I saw them when nobody knew really who they were. We were in town playing, and after the shows, I always like to go to the coolest clubs. So I asked the promoter, where's the best club? And they said, there's this little place down the street. We were there, saw them play, thought they were pretty talented.
Yeah.
And then I hear they're doing one of my songs, which was good for me." He said.
He made some
it's
money
good
off
for him.
that, I'm
Then,
sure.
but then it cuts to young Smokey Robinson on some TV show doing a cover of Yesterday, and it was just beautiful. Smokey just, the amazing voice that he had.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, I think I saw part of that documentary. There are a lot of famous people in it, talking about the Beatles at the time.
Yep. Anyway, so that was definitely.
Well, okay then. We take a break at this point, and then we come back, and you would like to check in. During that farting around, there must be something that occurred to you that you'd like to ask or add to the conversation. So you can check in with us. 877-602-9696 is the number to check in. 877-602-9696. Or you can text us to check in, 33986.
Zero res.
There is no better feeling than starting the year with a fresh, clean home. And my friends at Zero Res would like to help you with that. I have documentation here. I'm not making this up.
I got the documents right here.
40 pounds of dust, dirt, debris, and yes, even fecal matter
What?
accumulate in your carpets every year.
Whoa.
Not at your house.
You're not taking your fart walk outside, are you? You're
You're just doing it right in the sofa.
You're the fur
You're farting right in the sofa cushion.
from the sofa to your bedroom is not the fart walk we're talking about. No.
I mean, serious. Get your,
Zero Res is now very
Zero
happy
Res can clean your upholstery.
they spent
They're the ones that put fecal matter in.
Okay.
That, I'm
It's
telling
on
you.
you, Zero Res.
Get it cleaned. The offer right now is get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for $109 and a hallway cleaned for free when you mention you heard it here with me, Gina, on X96's Radio from Hell show. Call 866-0RES or go online at zerores.com to schedule your appointment today.
That fart lady told me to call.
All right, 6:20. Let's get this over with.
You heard the man. Let's get it over with. And let's have you check in as well. 877-602-9696 is the number. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. You can also text us, as I see some of you have done, 33986. Do we have a sponsor to begin?
Win $1,000 a day in another Flip and Cash contest on X96. Listen for keywords that we'll announce at approximately 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword is a unique entry for you. Listen all day to increase your chances of winning.
The moon is 56.5% of full. We'll have a moonrise today at 12:13 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 7th day of January in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's National Bobblehead Day.
Oh.
I don't get the appeal of bobbleheads. It's National, speaking of farting, it's National Pass Gas Day. Slang terms to the process of passing gas, including farting, messing, dropping a bomb, toot, rip one, break the wind, cut the cheese, trump, and break one loose.
Did you add Trump in?
No, that is really
A Trump is a thing?
Yeah, I trumped. It was before Donald Trump was in our consciousness.
How did I not know this?
The first mention of the word fart was in 1632, meaning sending forth wind from the anus.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
I feel like you can't say that on the radio. That sounds like
anus.
Just the whole phrase just sounds.
Anus.
Sending forth wind. No,
Yeah.
Anus is a god.
Anus.
And it's Distaff Day. This I had absolutely no idea. Why do they call women the distaff?
I don't know.
In medieval times, a distaff was a tool used in spinning to hold the wool or flax before spinning it into a spindle. And it keeps the fibers untangled and makes the entire spinning process easier. And that was considered women's work, using the distaff to spin wool. So that's where the term distaff for the female side of the...
I'm not a good woman. I don't know how to do that.
You should learn. You got a farm, after all. This is the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's running for his hat right now. Kerry Jackson, right there. Hi there, I'm Bill Allred. The distaff member who doesn't know how to spin wool, Gina Barberi, over there. Katie for short is our fine producer. Let's see, we have helping out in. I don't see Spencer. I think we had to send him home for his inhaler.
It's Tanner.
It's Alvin is helping out as well.
Tanner.
And so Alvin and Tanner are in there. And then there's a young woman who I have yet to.
We're training a new person.
Yet to find them. All right, we'll go to your check-ins now at 877-602-9696 if you know how to use the phone. You can also text us at 33986.
Oh, speaking of interns, we have an intern announcement that we need to make coming up. Stand by.
I'm excited.
Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in. Let's see. I just can't identify with that song. My mama definitely dances, and my daddy attended the first ever event at the Delta Center, which was an Oingo Boingo concert, so he definitely rock and rolls.
You know, it certainly was the first event.
I can up that. Bill and I introduced the band that night.
Yes, we did.
Let's see. Personal philosophy never confused popularity for quality. So what you're trying to say is the masses are asses. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. I'm going to the doctor this morning for a checkup. Good luck.
Hope you'll be okay.
Bus driver Troy checking in. Cardboard Chris checking in. Zane of Dallas checking in. Nothing bad happens to Django in your honor, right?
I don't get that, Zane. I'm sorry.
Nothing
bad happens to Django in your honor, right?
Hmm.
Don't
Help
know,
us
Zane.
out, Zane.
You can call us, Zane.
Yeah, see, this is why phone calls are better than text, because inevitably we have a follow-up question. Perry City listener checking in. It's really windy, heading out here towards the rocket factory.
Yeah, we're supposed to get like 50-mile-an-hour winds today.
And,
It's garbage day.
Now, L.A. is supposed to be just absolutely pummeled with winds, and I think that's part of what's going to happen to us.
We got a text here checking in from L.A., bracing for some big winds. Godspeed for the day ahead. Meshach of Erda checking in. Pittsburgh listener checking in. Feeling a a bit beat up after falling whilst cleaning snow and getting COVID flu shots.
Yeah.
Looking forward for a pick-me-up. Good morning, Lords. Rye from Orem checking in. Right Wing Wade checking in. Luis of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania checking in. Mikkel of Reno. The Jen second time checking in. The second I smell a fart, I hold my breath because I don't want to breathe in microscopic
That's
poo
smart,
particles.
Jen.
Do you regard the smell of your own farts differently than the smell of others?
I am sorry I took us down this road.
You had to.
I know.
Well, and you must have sensed that it's National Pass Gas
I guess
Day.
so.
Let's see. Woodworker Willie. I feel like hot garbage, but alas, it's time to get that kibble money. Love, Sid. Sid was wonderful. She came over and watched Ripley for me on Sunday
She was puppy sitting.
during the vacation so I could do something I haven't done in months and months and months and months. Go to dinner with friends.
Oh, nice.
I'm glad you did that.
Thank you, Sid. Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Johnny B checking in. Oh, let's see. There's Zane. He's got the follow-up here.
Zane?
Let me, hang on, Zane. There we go.
Let's see.
Help us out, Zane.
Hi, Zane in Dallas. Now, what did you mean by your text? Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Now I understand because I watched that show.
I didn't, so.
Yeah.
All right.
The dog is very important in that show. You should watch Your Honor. I think you guys would both like it.
All right, Zane. Thanks for clearing that up.
Thank you, Zane.
Everything going okay?
In Dallas.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Get those snow tires out, Zane.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
Zane.
Thanks, Zane.
Thanks. Let's see. Johnny B checking in while making my way north to Idaho for a funeral.
Oh,
Frank Christ's associates keep taking the wrong people for my family.
sorry, Johnny
No,
B.
that's too bad.
Tristan from the most west of Jordan.
Notice what he
I think
said.
it
The
says
wrong,
people for my
there
family.
are people
There are
that
people
Yes.
in his family that he wishes to be dead.
There are. In every family.
it would be nice to be able to select, but you can't select.
Yes. Tim the Tree Guy checking in. Dispatcher Dawn checking in. Meg the Musician. Metal Shop Mark. Looks like everybody's here, so let's begin.
All right.
Well, you mentioned Right Wing Wade checking in from I-15. Both lanes moving well. Thanks, Wade. Wade is usually our first Infiniteam member to check in of the day, but y'all are members of the Infiniteam. You can let us know what you're seeing out on the roads. Also letting us know that it's already getting windy in places. That is probably going to be an issue today. We'll follow up with that in a little bit. There's also some fog people are having. Portions of West Davis Highway in fog. Slow down. Visibility is reduced. Make sure your lights are on. And remember, those roads can get slick when there's fog out there. So if you're seeing something, let us know. Text it to us, 33986.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back after these messages and a song with Big Boy News and Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. All coming up. Stand by for that. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
If you have less than perfect vision, we're not going to judge you. I mean, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
But make a New Year's resolution to get a hold of Hoops Vision and get the LASIK procedure so you can get rid of your glasses or contact lenses. If you don't do that, we will judge you.
Yes. Contact lenses are just awful.
They are.
Everything about the process.
Carrie and I have both been to Hoops Vision, got rid of our glasses, our contact lenses, and it was a great day when it happened. Oh, we didn't do it together, by the way. It was just, So if you want to do this, make a resolution and get to Hoops right now. There's an $800 discount on the LASIK procedure or the PRK procedure if you need that. LASIK surgery is proven safe, effective, it's painless, and it'll cure nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism. Call and make your appointment now, 877-30-LASIK, or you can book it online. It's hoopsvision.com.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Claps. C-L-A-P-S. Claps. With special thanks to Brett Favre for suggesting some time ago that we revisit this word. And to do that, here is the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his boy Denver. Again, the word is claps.
Denver, you know as much as I know that Mona is a very small Utah town. And as such, I, Don Criddle, as the mayor of Mona, also have to do other city jobs.
You like being the city garbage man, don't you, Daddy?
Well, as a matter of fact, son, I don't mind that at all. I find all kinds of good stuff to bring home to us. But it's some of the other jobs that give me a pain in the you-know-where.
You mean being in charge of the waterworks and being the Mona City building inspector gives you a pain in the ass?
Denver!
Oh.
In our family, we do not say a blank blank unless we're reading the Bible.
Oh.
And even then, we say it real low. You know, like in the Old Testament when it says, and Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his ass and then went with the princes of Moab. You just say it's a pain in the you-know-where. Most folks will catch your meaning.
Okay, Daddy. But why don't you like being the Mona City building inspector? Ain't it fun telling people that their project is all wrong and they got to tear it down and start over?
Well, sometimes yes and sometimes no. Like right now, it's a no. Son, what are you building here in our backyard?
Well, I'm building an acting stage, Daddy. A stage for doing shows and play acting on. I went to a show down to the Nephi City Rec Center, and it was so exciting. Some men dressed up like pretty ladies, singing songs, and then everybody claps. I want to be an actor, Daddy. I want to sing some songs, so everybody claps. That's why I'm building this acting stage, so I can invite the town for my show. I can hear it now. When I sing my songs, the whole town claps for me, Denver Criddle, actor.
Firstly, son of mine, there ain't never gonna be that kind of show here in Mona City. And secondly, there ain't never been actors in the Criddle family line, and there ain't never gonna be either, if you catch my meaning. And thirdly, that stage you are building is rickety and dangerous.
But-
So in my role as Mona City building inspector, this is a stop work order. Tear that stage down.
But, Daddy...
That is an order. Besides, the way you've been building it, if a person was to set foot on that stage, why, the whole thing would just collapse. It would collapse, I tell you, and then me and your mother'd be the ones liable. So down it comes, Olivier. Oh, and make sure you straighten all them pulled nails so we can reuse them, too.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Forgot that it ends just like that.
It's a good way to end. Oh, vacation.
Because on this day,
1959, Kathy Valentine, bassist for the Go-Go's, was born.
yes. All right. Well, big boy news and opinioendo now. Right after that, it's Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you pick the dead one correctly, you'll win.
Tickets to see Collective Soul January 20th at the Union.
Yeah.
Collective Soul tickets at 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. Guess the dead celebrity. You'll go to Collective Soul. Let's see. But that'll be right after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by.
Business owners, do you owe $15,000 or more on employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart, your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Post Malone added some festive magic to Renee Brown's Christmas this year. Posty gave the waitress a $20,000 tip after spending Christmas Eve at a Houston, Texas dive bar, the Rail Yard, alongside such friends as Shabuzi. The staggering $20,000 tip is the latest in a string of incidents that consolidate Post Malone's widely accepted status as one of the nicest, most polite people in the music industry. Renee Brown, you can afford, when you can give a $20,000 tip, you can afford to be polite at the same time. Renee Brown, a single mother, has underlined in a new interview with Music Mayhem magazine just how much Post Malone's gesture meant to her. Going into work, she said, on Christmas Eve, I was sad because I had to leave my baby girl to go to work, oblivious that God would send me a Christmas miracle. This is hands down the most humble, personable celebrity I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. He changed my life on Christmas Eve and I will forever be grateful. Thank you so much. Renee Brown expanded on this surprise meeting with Post Malone, saying, I initially didn't realize he was there until one of my coworkers from my second job came inside and said, you know what?
Guess who's out there?
He's out on the patio. I thought he was kidding with me at first, and I kept seeing people go outside, and I kept making drinks for like 30 minutes before curiosity got the best of me. Lo and behold, there he was. She said that he was just very polite, very, very funny, and sort of shy, and then he gave her $20,000.
Everybody loves Post Malone.
I broke
He's
down
universally
crying.
Loved.
It was a rare emotional night, already being away from home, being swamped behind the bar. She said that that amount of money will prove to be very, very useful in her life. Well, a powerful earthquake, 6.8, rocked the northern foothills of the Himalayas near one of Tibet's holiest cities on Tuesday, Chinese authorities said, killing at least 95 people, shaking buildings in neighboring Nepal, Bhutan, and India. The quake hit in the morning with its epicenter located in Tingri, which is a rural county known as the northern gateway to the Everest region. The quake said it killed at least 95 people. 130 were injured on the Tibetan side. China's state-run television reported 6 hours later there were no reports of deaths elsewhere. But southwestern parts of China, Nepal, and northern India are frequently hit by earthquakes. I remember there was just a few years ago there was a terrible earthquake in Nepal that killed many, many people. Several Republican Utah lawmakers announced a series of bills to enhance criminal penalties for some drug and gang-related crimes while cracking down on perpetrators who are in the country illegally. The announcement came yesterday, just 2 weeks remaining before President-elect Trump is sworn in for a second term, having won an election which he made illegal immigration a constant focus. The charming in every way Representative Carrie Ann Leesenby, one of the top Republicans in the State House of Representatives, blamed Joe Biden for the chaos at the border and expressed support for the heightened penalties she said will improve public safety in the Beehive State. It's part of our culture to welcome people who come here to search for a better life, to work hard, obey the law, and be part of the community, Leesenby said at a press conference. We also know that we need to act as state leaders to address the harm caused by the Biden-Harris administration's failure to act.
My hell.
Trump has pledged to begin deportations of undocumented immigrants or migrants, I should say, as soon as he takes office on January 20th.
I don't think anybody's against getting rid
Yeah.
of people that are violent
You-
criminals.
you-
Everybody is okay with that.
Do you know the guy that is the suspect of killing his girlfriend
Yeah.
in Tooele?
Yeah,
That guy
yeah.
was deported. He was here illegally, and he was deported, and he was back in the country within a day.
Well, that's Joe Biden's fault, Bill. That's what they would say. That wouldn't have,
What-
that
what
wouldn't
are
have
you-
happened.
What are we
under-
gonna? Yeah, what are we cracking down on here?
It seems like all those things that they listed that they wanted to crack down on are already illegal.
Yeah. Well, they're proposing enhanced penalties, so that those murderous illegals will stop and think twice. I wasn't
They'll-
going to. I was
yeah.
going to commit this crime, but there are enhanced penalties. I understand.
Where's the part of this where we make it easier for people to come here legally so it's not a problem? Where's the part of this that does that?
That's the HB1 visas for the rich people who own resorts.
Now we have Gina from the crime desk.
Oh, yeah.
The story of a deadly Christmas cake.
A woman has been arrested in connection with a Christmas cake that allegedly killed 3 people and hospitalized 3 others in Brazil. On Sunday, police arrested a woman who is the daughter-in-law of a woman who prepared the cake that was eaten at a family gathering in Torres, Brazil on December 23rd. She's reportedly suspected of a triple homicide and triple attempted homicide after 3 people died and 3 others, including her mother-in-law, became ill. According to the police, they are investigating if arsenic was present in the bodies of the victims who died. Apparently, arsenic was found in the surviving victims who were hospitalized. The people who ate the cake noted it had a strange, spicy, unpleasant flavor, which sometimes Christmas cakes have.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. hey, has this cake been around like fabric softener or something?
When they complained about the taste and started to vomit and experiencing diarrhea, she said, "Oh, stop eating it."
Again, that's still just eating Christmas cake for me.
Yeah. But they are also investigating her husband, who died several months ago under suspicious. So maybe she tried the arsenic with it. That worked really well with him. I'm going to see if I can kill more of my family members.
Well.
Here's a story of also family murder. A documented gang member here in Utah is accused of trying to kill his brother on Christmas Day in exchange for $25,000 and a promise that a hit allegedly placed on his own life would be removed. Javier Rafael Pedregon Magana, of West Jordan, was charged in 3rd District Court with attempted murder. Apparently, he was the Highway Patrol was notified of a fight on I-15 near 2900 South. Troopers arrived to find a man walking along the right shoulder. The victim was disoriented and had blood-stained clothes. Troopers provided aid to the man and observed a laceration across his right forearm that was bleeding. He had blood all around his right shoulder. The man claimed that his brother, Pedregon Magana, and other family members had been celebrating Christmas together before the victim drove Pedregon Magana home. Along the way, however, Pedregon Magana allegedly stabbed his brother multiple times and then tried to run him over with the car when he got out of the car.
What?
Later that night, police received information that Pedregon Magana was circling the hospital where his brother was, trying to finish the job.
Circling the hospital?
Yeah.
He's got to come out sometime.
Troopers spotted the vehicle, arrested him. They finally got him, and he said... So Pedregon Magana said there was a hit out on his brother because he was suspected of being a snitch, but there was also a hit out on Pedregon Magana, he said, and they said, if you kill your brother, we won't kill you. So that was his motivation there. There's a lot of really deep thinking going on here. A judge has found Rudy Giuliani in contempt of court in his $148 million defamation judgment case. The judge says Giuliani failed to properly respond to requests for information as he turned over assets to satisfy a $148 million defamation judgment granted to 2 Georgia election workers.
Whose lives he ruined.
Yeah. And Giuliani conceded during Monday's testimony that he sometimes did not turn over everything requested because he believed that the requests were overly broad. or inappropriate
You
or
owe
even a
them
trap
millions
set by
of
lawyers.
dollars.
But here's Juliana. The court says you have to do this. Well, I believe that I don't have to do it.
Rudy?
And the things that he has turned over, like a car and the apartment, he apparently hasn't turned over the paperwork that would make it so the women would be able to,
sell the
sell
car
it
or-
and get money from it.
Oh, jeez, what a
He said he failed to surrender watches, sports memorabilia, including a Joe DiMaggio jersey, and has not turned over a single dollar from his non-exempt cash accounts. So he has cash money that he's supposed to be turning over, and he has not been doing it.
Even though he said on camera a couple of weeks ago, he said, I can't even buy lunch. I don't have any money in my pocket right now.
Gina,
It's
here's a story.
despicable.
Here's a story for you.
Okay.
The new year is starting off with a fresh warning for those who work with animals. The state's Parks and Wildlife Department in Texas is asking hunters and other outdoor enthusiasts to watch out for animals. They may be impacted by the dangerous man-eater parasite
Uh-oh.
from flies that lay eggs in open wounds, nostrils and ears and mouths.
Nostrils and ears?
And eyes. Apparently, this parasite is deadly if it gets into a human being. It will burrow into you. It causes deadly damage to animals. It can infest livestock, pets, wildlife, birds, and in rare cases, people. The maggots lay eggs in open wounds or orifices of live tissues, and then the eggs hatch into dangerous parasitic larvae, and the maggots burrow or screw into flesh with sharp mouth hooks. Wounds can become larger, and an infestation can often cause serious, deadly damage or death to the infected animal or human. It's the name of the parasite is Cochleomelia hominovorax, which it roughly translates to man-eater.
Whoa.
The man-eater screwworm.
The man-eater screwworm.
Somebody needs to make a movie. All right, that's it.
Man-eater screwworm NATO.
Something.
Yeah. Sports weather traffic.
Abby Stalker, the girlfriend of Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler, has been named Miss America 2025. Stalker was
Congratulations.
crowned Miss Alabama. Why not Miss Utah? Why is he dating Miss Alabama? These are the questions I have. She was awarded that Sunday night after the Jazz beat the Orlando Magic. She's one of the 11 finalists for Miss America crown on Friday before officially taking home the award on Sunday. She's 22 and planning on becoming a nurse anesthetist.
Nice.
Which is always a hard word for me to say.
Nurse?
No, anesthetist.
Just
Utah women's basketball is finally ranked, prepping for a top 25 showdown. They are number 22. Congratulations, Utah women. Also, the Utah men's basketball team is also ranked. They are number 25 now, and they have a game tonight at 8 o'clock against San Jose State. That's your sports weather. So there is a wind advisory in effect all the way until tomorrow. Here, like from Mill Creek, they're saying until you get to Davis County, we could see 40-mile-an-hour winds, but Davis County, they always get the brunt of the winds when they decide to come through. They're saying they could have up to 60-mile-an-hour winds.
are they saying when wind?
When is the wind?
When is the wind?
So the advisory is in effect right now. When we did have some reports from people saying it's already windy out there. So
Will you keep an eye on that for us? Look by
will.
looking out the window.
yeah, right now it doesn't look very windy.
The
but-
wind window.
And it's trash day in my neighborhood, which is
Well,
perfect
that's good to
timing.
know.
It's perfect timing for.
I'll make a
big
note
wind.
of that. Tuesdays are trash.
Yeah. High of 38 today, low of 19. So this wind will come in. It'll be very chilly overnight because of that. Traffic, we've got some fog affecting traffic. West Davis Highway has fog. Make sure you slow down and your lights are on. And remember, sometimes in that fog, it can cause a slippery layer on the road. So just be aware of that. Slow down a bit. I don't have any accidents to tell you about right now. Let me see if anybody's sent anything in via text. Nope, nothing there. But if you see something or want to report wind, you can report it. 33986.
I'm worried about the wind because it's bounce house day in my neighborhood. Ooh, Frank. Good morning. Now you just flew in through the window there
Yes.
on your electric scooter.
Yes.
Did you encounter any winds, or do winds not affect?
Winds do not affect me
He's a magical being. Bill.
Unless I allow it. Sometimes, for showbiz flair,
I see.
the robe gets caught in the wind.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's pretty menacing.
This is Frank Christ, ladies and gentlemen. He is a Grim Reaper, and he is, as you might picture a Grim Reaper, skeletal figure wearing a robe with a hood, a rope belt. He carries a scythe, and the only difference is he has an electric scooter, which
Well, I care about the environment.
I appreciate that you do.
and I like the fact that you wear a helmet under your hood. I think
Safety first, I always say.
Frank is the reaper of celebrity souls, and that is a curse because when these celebrities are called to their eternal rest, Frank has to go and collect their soul and take it to the distribution center, and it makes you so sad, I know.
I love our precious celebrities. Everything they say and do is right.
I know. And you take them to the distribution center, and then I guess they go to a better place.
There I know not where they go. It's hell. 99%.
Most celebrities say that. Frank has joined us to play a game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He's given me a list of 4 actors, 4 famous celebrities. And on this list, one of those celebrities, well, Frank is taken away. The celebrity has passed through the veil, and Frank has taken them to the distribution center. But the other 3 on the list,
They're just fine.
and we have a contestant, I assume.
Tara is here.
Tara, good morning. How are you? I'm fine. I'm just fine, Tara.
Tara's so happy to hear that.
Tara, where are you, by the way? Where are you calling from? Oh, okay. Is it? I was going to ask you. At the point, okay. All right. Now, Tara, I'm going to read you a list of 4 celebrities. One of the celebrities on this list is dead, and if you identify the dead celebrity correctly, you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to see Collective Soul January 20th at the Union.
All right. You ready to go? All right. Because it is Distaff Day, and that is a medieval term from medieval times, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies set in medieval times. Here we go. Number 1 is Nicole Williamson. He was described as the greatest actor since Marlon Brando. Some of his notable roles in movies were Sherlock Holmes in The 7% Solution, Little John in Robin and Mariam, and Father Morning in The Exorcist 3. His medieval movie, he was Merlin in a great movie called Excalibur. Number 1, Nicole Williamson. Number 2, F. Murray Abraham. He played Antonio Solari in the film Amadeus, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Actor. He was in All the President's Men, Scarface, Last Action Hero, Mighty Aphrodite, Star Trek Insurrection. He starred in a medieval movie called The Name of the Rose. Number 2, F. Murray Abraham. Number 3 is Derek Jacobi. He started his professional acting career with Laurence Olivier as one of the founding members of the National Theater. Jacobi acted in numerous films, including The Day of the Jackal, Dead Again, Nanny McPhee, My Week with Marilyn, Cinderella, and Murder on the Orient Express. He was in the film version of Shakespeare's Henry V. Number 3 is Derek Jacobi. And the final celebrity on this list is Rufus Sewell. He was in many films, including Dark City, A Knight's Tale, The Legend of Zorro, The Illusionist, Amazing Grace, The Tourist, and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. He was in The Pillars of the Earth, a TV miniseries set in medieval times. So there you go. That's Rufus Sewell. Which one of those? Which one's dead?
So it was number 1. It's number 1.
Very good.
Confident, Tara. Very confident.
You were confident about that, Nicole Williamson.
I know. I just let you go on and tell everybody about all those actors.
Yeah.
He was the wizard in. He was in Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur. He was
you know
Merlin,
this.
which is a great movie. He
Yeah.
died in
Yeah,
2011.
he was really known for his acting actually at the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A brilliant actor. He was. He died in 2011 at the age of 75. All right, hang on, Tara. And
Somebody says they're driving past you, waving hello, and sees that you're on the phone with Frank. Somebody must know you and see
It's
you.
one of my teachers.
Oh.
They're driving up. The school's just opening. That's funny.
You've got these tickets to Collective Soul January 20th at the Union. Ticket links and more at x96.com.
say hello to all the teachers. Say hello to all the teachers.
I
at
will.
Challenger. All right. Hang on the line.
Everybody.
Hang on.
Well, I'm going to go check on Kenny Loggins.
Oh, good.
He's all right. now.
Mm-hmm.
76 today. David Caruso.
Has he done anything lately?
Don't, whatever you do, Google current picture of David Caruso.
I'm going to do that immediately.
67. You know, he's in a movie called Body Count.
Life has not been kind to David Caruso.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
It's a crash. I-15 northbound approaching Bangor Highway. Vehicles are blocking both the right and left shoulder, causing slowage in Draper. Portions of the West Davis Highway are enveloped in fog. Slow down where visibility is reduced. Make sure your lights are on. And whatever you're seeing, if you want to wave hi to Tara as she goes to teach school today or whatever else you're seeing on the roads, you can text us 33986.
All right, we will take a break. We will be back after these messages with something. Oh, we got Boner of the Day coming up. Big boy news. Hello, yeah, what is on the way? All coming up. Stand by. Larson HVAC.
Friends of the program, Sean Larson and his family, they've owned that business since 2017. And you never have to run out of hot water ever again. Did you finally get yours?
Well, the plumbing, no, I didn't get that yet. But they also do plumbing as well. And they came up and they fixed all my toilets and taught me some tricks about how to get less visits from them because I'm always unclogging my drains.
That's one of the things about Larson. They are not there to upsell you. They're there to fix what needs fixing or replace what you... I had them replace my hot water heater. I've got on-demand hot water, never run out of it. I love it. Right now, friends of the program get $496 off a new high-efficiency tankless water heater plus $300 in rebates and the industry's best warranty. Lower your energy bills, get cash back. Never have to wait for hot water ever again. Go to larsonhvac.com/X96 for details or mention X96 when you call 801-930-5450. So I got to leave right when the show's over.
So do I.
Because I'm heading to Rock Springs.
Wyoming?
Rock Springs, Wyoming.
You know what they say about Rock Springs.
What do they say?
The two most beautiful sights in Wyoming are the Grand Teton Mountains and Rock Springs in your rearview mirror.
Well, I'm heading to Rock Springs because it's the 2024 National High School Finals Rodeo happening in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my cousin Jubal, Jubal is Uncle Pat's son.
What a surprise.
I know you're surprised. You guys know Uncle Pat.
Yeah, he's a rodeo stock guy.
Yeah. This is my cowboy side of the family. Jubal's son has been selected by the state of California to represent the state of California in Saddle Bronc. So I'm driving 3 hours for an 8-second event.
Can't you catch a plane?
No, they don't allow planes in Rock Springs.
Now I thought it was interesting. So it's days at 47 here. Everybody's got it's rodeo time. It's kids.
They were herding cattle downtown.
Yeah,
yesterday,
Spencer Cox, the governor, and Abby were herding cattle.
Were cattle?
Yeah.
Oh.
And more than one person sent me this list, and it's a directory from a children's rodeo in Utah, and it's the names of the kids that are entered to win. I'm not going to read their last names, but the comment is, kids that participate in rodeo have unusual names. Here's some boy names on the list: McCoy, Hayes, Bronc.
Yeah, that's a little.
Raygun, Raygun, Raygun. Cutter, Quaylen, not Waylon. Quaylen.
It's almost like Quaalude.
Who would do that?
Tibbs.
Tibbs? They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Oh, Tibbs.
Those are some boy names. Some girl names: Swayze, Remington.
Oh boy.
Cashin. Shindy.
Oh no.
Shindy. Carly Joe's cute. Oakley, Dally Joe, Taisley, Tayzlee, Taisley, Paislin, Tenley, Mercedes, Mercadeez.
Oh, no.
Now, if Katie, do you have the picture I sent you? So this is a picture of my cousin Jubal's son riding in a rodeo in California before he came out here. X96.com/live.
He's performing wearing his cowboy costume.
Yes.
Now, so Jubal is Pat's kid.
Yeah. So
and he has a kid.
he has a kid, and his name is Rowdy.
Rowdy.
Rowdy Russell.
Sure.
And that's like
Okay.
birth certificate name.
No,
Rowdy.
no,
It's-
Gina, I believe you.
It's the
I believe
perfect
you.
name for someone that made it to the National High School Rodeos final.
That was Clint Eastwood's name in his first big role when he was on Wagon Train.
Oh, I
His name
didn't
was-
know that.
His name was Rowdy Yates.
Rowdy Yates.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Rawhide.
Rawhide, yeah.
Head them up, move them out.
Was it Rawhide?
Yeah.
Not Wagon Train.
The old favorite, Rowdy Yates.
So I am headed up to I will have stories, I'm sure, from Rock Springs from the National High School Finals
Sure you
rodeo.
can't fly up?
No,
No.
No?
No, there are no plane service in Rock Springs.
All right.
driving to Rock Springs
I was
for
where
8 seconds. It's
It's
8
where the
seconds.
it's where the first Little America was. You
Listen, I would have thought that of all the people I know, that you'd have connections to fly.
To fly there?
in there, so,
know? Yeah, like with Sky King
Or
in the
something.
Songbird.
Yeah.
yeah, something.
In Morgan did,
B.
who's washing her hands in Morgan right now.
Is that BEE or BEA?
BEA.
BEA.
Okay.
In Morgan.
Yes.
We're all caught up on. All right. Morgan.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned earlier, Sue and I haven't been going out much for the
Yeah.
past 8 months. Life has not been normal for quite some time now because we're essentially running a puppy hospice. And so we just stay home
Yeah.
24/7. We can't leave Ripley behind. And we started to get a little stir crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hesitated to do this, but I decided to reach out to Sid, our vet tech friend, and also friend. I've known her for years.
Yeah.
And just say, I hate to be that guy, but could you come and watch the dogs for 2.5, 3 hours?
Long enough for you to go out to dinner.
Yeah. We just want to go to, we haven't gone out to dinner in months with friends. And she said, yes, I'll do it.
Why would you hate to be that guy? I mean,
Because everybody calls Sid when they have a problem with their pets. She's like the first person they call.
Yeah.
So I hate to abuse that. But she was nice enough. She came over. She showed up at the house with her stethoscope and everything.
A professional.
just in case.
Professional. And so we went to dinner. We met Ange and Bry, and we met Chris and Amanda Prevost. Now, Chris Prevost is a reasonably well-known guy in some circles. He MCs the stage at Fan X.
Okay.
He's the dad jokes guy with the funny
Okay.
socks, and we have become friends with them. And Chris, what he does for pretty much a full-time job is he has a YouTube channel. It's called Prevost Park Pass.
He makes a living doing
He makes
that.
a living going to Disneyland.
Park Pass.
So it's him and his wife, and they go to Disneyland and all the Disney parks, and they show you the tricks and the tips and the secrets and all of that stuff. It's pretty popular.
I assume they have no children.
No, they do actually.
Oh, really?
And so also he has been hosting comic book conventions as well, and so he's been traveling the world. And he says, "Carrie, you're not going to believe this. I got to tell you. I've been dying to tell you this story." He says, "We were in the Netherlands." And we met up with some people, and there was a party after the comic book convention. I got talking to a guy, and he said his name was Michael or Mikkel, the Netherlands, you know. So.
Yeah, yes.
And they got talking, and it says Mikkel is a morning show host at an alternative radio station in the Netherlands.
Cool.
I'd
And
love to
they're
live
a-
in the Netherlands.
Their equivalent of Captain Breakfast?
Captain. This is their station.
What's it called?
What's it called, do you know?
KINK.
Kink?
Mm-hmm.
It's Kink Radio here.
In Noord-Holland, 98.0 and 98.3 FM.
What is the morning show called?
It's just him. It's, Michael Veenstra.
Does he have any wacky contests?
Does he play a
this
lot of
morning?
music or just...
It's
does he-
it's pretty much music.
it's mostly music.
But they were in Germany though. It was when they met this guy. It
Okay.
was in Germany. So they were doing a job in Germany.
Mhm.
So they got talking to this guy, and this is I'm on an alternative radio station. I do the morning show, and Chris said, "Oh, that's funny. You know, one of my good friends is on an alternative station doing a morning show." He says, "Where?" He said, "In Salt Lake City, Utah, where I'm from." He goes, "Salt Lake City? Is that Carrie, Bill, and Gina?"
What? Really?
Yes, actually. Oh, no, I know those guys. I listen to them all the time.
What?
So
Wow.
You know, that's great, but what the hell good does it do us?
this is what it does us.
Okay.
I propose,
Oh, I see where you're
Cultural
going.
exchange?
well, or that's a good idea. That's even better than my idea,
What's your
actually.
idea?
My idea was simply just we change the name of the show to the World Famous Radio from Hell Show.
Well, we can do both.
You know?
We can
we-
do the world famous Radio
we-
from Hell show.
Can we show swap?
Well, Kink. Yeah, no,
Let's
no,
go.
no. I'm proposing a cultural exchange
Let's go.
where we go there and do
And do the morning show
do
there.
a week's worth of shows with him,
And
and then
then
he comes
he
here and does
comes
a
here.
week's worth of shows with us.
I am all for this.
I like this
Let's
idea.
do it.
The
And,
culture.
and also world famous.
Because we are the world famous
Radio from Hell Show.
We do have, I mean, we have lots of listeners
Well,
around the world.
and what he said is, as Chris got into it with him, he said, "Well, he says, you know, there are just a handful of alternative stations that are one still succeeding and two well known." And how long ago was it we were on Rolling Stone's?
20 years ago.
About 20 years ago, Rolling Stone did a list of top 5 alternative radio stations, and we were in the top 5. And we're one of the few that are still around.
Well, now they would do a list of the top 1, and that would be us.
But what he said was, when you seek out and you do studying and you do research about this format that you're in, and you find out who the leaders are, and he says, and I listened to those guys for hours.
Wow.
So he's actually more into it than we are.
He's a nerd. He's a radio nerd.
What's
apparently.
his name again? I want to.
It is Michiel, Michiel, Veenstra.
V.
Veen.
Veenstra.
Veenstra.
STRA, right? Dienstra.
Oh, are they in Germany? It says Holland here.
No, it's a Dutch radio DJ.
Yeah.
On Kink Radio.
Does he look like a DJ? Is he wearing a Hawaiian
There's
shirt
a
or
picture of him there.
a sports shirt? Oh, he just
I'll hold that up to the camera so you can see. There you go.
he looks kind of like. Would you like to touch my monkey?
In Zuid-Holland, 97.6 FM.
So, and what city is he in?
I think I don't know. I think he's
Not in Amsterdam.
This just says he's a Dutch radio DJ on Kink. He presents every morning, Monday to Friday, 9 to noon. Is his
wow.
He won't want to do it then because he have to get up at 6. If he comes here.
Sind musical Helden sind Weezer, REM, Killers, Crowded House, sind meest dierbaar plet, Automatic for the People van REM.
Some of his shows have been called Veenstra Gets Up.
Oh,
He was also sidekick for Curry and the Crew with Adam Curry. Oh,
with
he worked
Adam
with
Curry.
Adam Curry.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you
He
go.
got a Young Talent Award from the Marconi Awards. We've never
gotten a Marconi
No.
Award
No, why is that?
because we've never.
You have to submit.
You have to apply.
You have to
and
you
pay
have
an
to
entry
apply.
fee.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
All of those awards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mikael is too handsome for radio.
It's the world famous Radio from Hell show.
Oh, he's on Instagram. I'll follow him on Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram. He'll be thrilled.
Let's propose the cultural exchange.
Let's see if he does a break here. I'm curious what the station sounds like.
I love it.
Well,
He even hit the post.
we can't do this. I couldn't understand a thing he said.
He's even better than the real thing. I understood.
I caught that part. And Muse, I caught that.
And kink.
That's funny.
Okay, I just started following you.
Follow him on Instagram. and if he messages you, propose the cultural exchange.
Okay.
I don't know how we would finance this.
I don't know, but Doug in the production department, all of our liners now have to be added.
In Dutch.
The world famous Radio from Hell show. And you can do it in Dutch, too, if you'd like. I love this idea.
This is amazing.
All right. Let's see. Weather? Traffic, Gina, is what I meant to say. Traffic.
And then we have the damn contest.
And the damn contest.
And then we got boners coming
just
up.
So you know, all of that is happening. Foggy conditions in some places that could be adding just some traffic issues. Crash southbound US 89 30th north in Layton. The right lane and shoulder are blocked. Crash I-15 northbound approaching Bangor Highway. Vehicles are blocking both the right and the left shoulder, causing some slowage in Draper. Crash I-80 eastbound left lane blocked about a third of the way at Parley's. Thank you, Infinity member who sent that in at 33986.
All right, we got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you're going to be considering. Number one, it turns out black magic had nothing to do with it. Boner candidate number two, House Speaker Mike Johnson, a pious liar. And boner candidate number three, Bob throws Nadine under the bus.
Oh, I saw that. I'm glad.
Win $1,000 a day in another Flippin' Cash contest on X96. Listen for the keywords that we'll announce at approximately 7:15, 10:15, 1:15, and 5:15. Each keyword is a unique entry for you. Listen all day to increase your chances of winning. Yep, it's just bribery to get you to listen longer. All the rules are at x96.com. I'm going to give you a keyword. You're texting this to a different number than we usually give you. So pay attention to the number first. 508-777-1000. That's 508-777-1000. The keyword is spend. Spend, S-P-E-N-D, spend, 508-777-1000.
Oh, dear friends.
I haven't taken a member of REM yet.
No. Well,
Huh?
did we lose one?
I think we lost one a
Did we?
while ago.
I've taken so many, I don't recall, but I
Fine.
don't think I've taken anyone from REM yet, have I?
Let me check.
Well,
Oh, well, look that up.
Frank Christ has joined us. He is a celebrity reaper. He takes the souls of our precious, precious celebrities, a job he detests.
Oh, I hate this job.
I know, because why do you love these precious celebrities so much?
Everything they say and do is right.
That makes them precious.
I want to be close to them.
I-
I want to be their friends, but I can't.
No, you can't. You can only be close to them in death.
We've had sickness in REM, but no deaths.
I thought so.
Sickness, close.
Yeah.
They've been close. Well, Frank, I'm glad you're here once again to play the game. People look forward to this, I would think.
I know, right?
It's odd that they look forward to hearing from a Grim Reaper, but you're semi-grim.
I'm really more remorseful than
You're a morosely grim.
morose. That's it.
A morosely Grim Reaper.
Yes,
There we
very
go.
sad.
The morose Reaper, we'll call you.
Okay.
Frank Christ, we play a game every weekday called Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
And what he means by that, on this list of 4 celebrities, 3 of them are fine. They're
No.
just fine.
I've never met them.
Never taken them. But one Frank has whisked away to the great waiting room or wherever it is that,
It's sort of a terminal.
like
It's
a bus station.
It's like a bus, exactly,
Yeah,
like
huh?
a train station.
Yeah.
And where they go from there, I know not.
Do they have cigarettes and stuff for them there? Can
There's
they
a
smoke?
smoking section.
Oh,
yes,
good. Okay.
Yeah, you
All
can
right.
smoke in the afterlife. Why not?
Yes.
Bill, you have that to look forward to.
Thanks, Gina.
Well, no, you like to smoke. You
Thanks.
can do it in the afterlife.
We've got all of the cigarette brands in the afterlife. All of the ones that have been discontinued
Oh,
for years.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. It's a giant cigarette machine with
Yes.
like 200 levers.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's free.
yeah, that's great. We'll play the game now. We have a contestant, I assume.
Travis.
Travis, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, lords and ladies. I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Thank
Yes.
you, Travis.
Yes, you are, Travis. Let's play the game now. What could Travis win, Gina?
Travis could win tickets to see Weezer with Spoon and White Reaper live at the Great Saltaire Amphitheater on August 27th.
You know, there are a lot of people who were excited about Spoon.
Yes.
The legendary
Yes.
Spoon. Okay, Travis, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. This list that Frank has provided me, all 4 of these people are men, and they are singers. And 3 of them on the list,
They're fine. They're just fine.
but 1 Frank has taken, and you got to determine who it is. Here we go. Number 1, Jeff Buckley. After a decade as a session guitarist in Los Angeles, Buckley put together a following in the early, well, I can't tell you when that was exactly, by performing cover songs at venues in East Village, Manhattan, gradually focusing more and more on his own material. He didn't have very many really chart-successful songs until he did a cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. And that became one of the songs that one of the versions that most people know. Number 1, Jeff Buckley, because everybody's recorded Hallelujah. Number 2, Steve Forbert. His song Romeo's Tune reached number 11 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Forbert's songs have been recorded by many artists, including Roseanne Cash, Keith Urban, Marty Stewart. A tribute album, An American Troubadour, the songs of Steve Forbert, was released with covers of his songs by 21 different singers. Number 3 on the list, Tom Russell. Although most strongly identified as Gina's uncle,
Was he on the list, really?
yes, Tom Russell.
Cool.
With the Americana music tradition, his music also incorporates elements of folk, rock, and the cowboy music of the American West. Many of his songs have been recorded by other artists, including Johnny Cash, the Texas Tornadoes, K.D. Lang, Guy Clark, Joe Ely, the Sir Douglas Quintet, on and on and on, on and on and on. Number 3 on the list, Tom Russell. Number 4 on the list, Neil Sedaka. He sold millions of records worldwide and wrote or co-wrote over 500 songs for himself and other artists. After a short-lived tenure as a founding member of the group The Tokens, Sedaka achieved a string of hit singles, including Oh, Carol, Calendar Girl, Happy Birthday, Sweet 16, and Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, etc., etc. Number 4 on the list, Neil Sedaka. Which one of those male singers is no longer alive, Travis?
That'd be Jeff Buckley.
You're absolutely correct. Jeff Buckley. He came to a very untimely end in 1997 at the age of 30. He drowned during a spontaneous evening swim while fully clothed in the Mississippi River.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
He was caught in the wake of a passing boat. Congratulations, you've won tickets to see Weezer. Steve Forbert, by the way, 68. Gina's uncle, Tom Russell, is 75. And Neil Sedaka is 83 years old. So there you go. Hang on the line, Travis, and somebody will tell you how to get your tickets, and congratulations. Now, wait. Tom Russell is your uncle,
Yes.
and he's your mother's brother.
Yes.
And your mother just is 75.
Yes, so this
And
must
Tom
be,
Russell is 75.
Well, no, that must be an inaccurate list.
Oh, okay. You sure? Is
My
he
mom's
older?
the baby of the family, yeah.
So Tom Russell is 76, maybe.
I think he's 77. There's 2 years difference all the
Well,
time.
I know Mickey Dolenz is 78
Yes.
today.
Still kicking.
Has anyone seen him?
Well, yeah, he was just on the Fallon show.
Was he?
Yeah, how old's Jimmy Fallon? That's what I don't know.
He's fine. He's
No.
just
Yeah,
fine.
they're both fine, I suppose. Gary Newman, 65.
Mhm.
He was just here in town.
Lester Holt, 64.
Mm.
Here's one. Aiden Quinn,
Who?
Where's he been?
64. Well, he's 64. He's fine.
I know, but he hasn't been in anything in a while.
No. I can't even picture him.
can't?
I'm not even sure. He is a precious celebrity.
Yes.
Well,
sure he is.
on this list, Frank, it's Neil Sedaka is 83.
Oh, yes.
So.
I hope one of you have him on your list.
Mm. All right.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank. So long. It's an electric scooter.
Because I had the vinyl.
And
And on this day, in 1972, David Bowie released the single Changes from Hunky Dory, I believe.
Well, you just have the single there?
I got a best of collection on the vinyl here. Yeah, there you go. Now, there's a message here from the producer's booth.
Mm-hmm.
Listener just called saying that her daughter Jade is contemplating quitting jazz band because she misses boners in the news.
Now you can.
She
you
called
can,
it educational. Doesn't want to miss out on the education.
Now you can podcast the show,
And
and you
I
will
would
not
say,
miss
Jade.
the boner every day.
And
you
don't
can
we
hear it there?
Don't we release a just a segment that's just nothing but the boners?
Yeah, I mean,
I think
the boner
No.
pod.
don't you just post just boners
No.
online?
No.
No, I thought.
Well,
we
then start.
But yeah, podcast it, Jade.
Yeah.
Don't quit your jazz band. All right. It is time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote. Of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, January 7, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner T-shirt.
Boner candidate number 1. Well, it turns out black magic had nothing to do with it. Surat, India resident Mayur Tarapara told police that he woke up on the side of the road to discover that his fingers had been chopped off.
Aye.
He said that he'd been riding his motorcycle. He felt dizzy, and then he woke up in pain. The cop's initial theory is that he had been the victim of black magicians who planned to use the dismobiled fingers, that's not the severed fingers
say that, yeah.
In rituals.
Because that's immediately what you'd think.
Ritual, of course.
In India, that's what you immediately, in small towns in India, that's what you immediately think. On further investigation, though, authorities came to the conclusion that Mr. Tarapara had severed his own fingers. Why? To avoid work. Mr. Tarapara confessed that he bought a sharp knife from a shop near Chaturasta in Singapore. 4 days later, on Sunday night, he went to Amroli Ring Road, parked his motorcycle there, and then at around 10 p.m., he cut off 4 fingers with a knife and tied a rope near the elbow to prevent blood flow. He then put the knife and fingers in a bag and threw it away. In a statement, Surat Crime Branch said that Mr. Tarapara took this step as he did not have courage to tell his kin that he no longer wanted to work at his firm Araba Gems, located in the Mini Bazaar. He works as a computer operator. And he figures if he didn't have fingers,
there had to
he
have
couldn't
been
work the
a
keyboard.
better way to get a different kind of
Gina,
job.
really?
There
Do you really think there had to be a better way?
Sure, there
I
was some
cannot think of
other-
a more direct or better way than that to avoid a job as a computer programmer, cutting off your fingers. 3 of the fingers have since been recovered along with the knife. The investigation continues.
Couldn't you just say COVID? Couldn't you just say?
You guys are so impractical. You cut off your fingers. That's how you do it.
That's the end of that.
Turns out black magic had nothing to do with it. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. House Speaker Mike Johnson is a pious liar. Johnson sparked an unusual religious controversy last week when he recited a prayer in front of Congress after being reelected as Speaker of the House. The problem, at least according to scholars, wasn't that he prayed in the U.S. Capitol. It was that he claimed to be quoting former President Thomas Jefferson. The prayer is a reminder of what our third president and the primary author of the Declaration of Independence thought was so important that it should be a daily recitation, Johnson said, before he read his prayer for the nation. He claimed that Jefferson prayed these words that he was about to share every day of his presidency and every day after he left the White House until his death.
No.
The prayer that Johnson read is a prayer of gratitude and a request for help. It asks God to guide leaders toward peace and to endow them with the spirit of wisdom. Quote, "Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride and arrogance, and from every evil way," the prayer reads in part. The prayer is familiar to Jefferson scholars, but most of them question whether it was actually written or even recited by the former president. The Jefferson Foundation calls out the prayer on its website, noting that although it is often associated with Jefferson, it was unlikely that he was the true source of the words.
Yeah.
Quote, "Ultimately, it seems unlikely that Jefferson would have composed or delivered a public prayer of this sort. He considered religion a private matter, and when asked to recommend a national day of fasting and prayer, he replied, quote, I consider the government of the United States as interdicted by the Constitution from intermeddling with religious institutions, their doctrines, discipline, or exercises."
There you go.
The website says that the prayer seems to have first emerged in some historical documents in the early 20th century, long after Jefferson had died, but still faced pushback on social media and news reports for repeating the challenged backstory. "Dear Speaker Johnson, please don't make stuff up. The prayer you read is in the House chamber today was not written by Jefferson, and your claim that he recited it is false."
These guys want to rewrite history.
Boner candidate number 2, House Speaker Mike Johnson, a pious liar. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, Bob throws Nadine under the bus.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., breakfast till 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
Dax Shepard doesn't let anything get in the way of his Sunday night football, even the Golden Globes. Kristen Bell called out her husband for watching the Detroit Lions play the Minnesota Vikings during the awards ceremony. The actress showed Harrison Ford and Anthony Mackie presenting an award before panning over to her husband, Shepard, who had his phone between his knees with the game on in Bell's social media upload.
Now, I was at home toggling between the games, but my spouse wasn't up for an award. And I was just home in my jammies.
Doesn't it seem to you that Dax Shepard is a load?
He does seem kind of that way. Yeah.
Didn't Nikki Glaser make a comment or joke about something? You better be careful, or Jack Shepard will try to get you on his podcast.
Yeah, everyone is avoiding Dax Shepard here tonight so that they won't be asked to be on his podcast.
I listened to one of his podcasts, and he was kind of a load.
That show though that Kristen Bell's on, that I love that.
What's it called?
It's called Nobody Wants This.
Oh, I love that show.
It's
yes.
a great little.
and it's coming back for season 2.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, Fox News 13 viewers were reached out with concerns after their EBT cards, food stamps, had been compromised, and those benefit recipients learned that they won't be receiving funds until next month. You can't go get eggs or bread or a can of tuna. You can't get a can of soup. You can't get anything, said Barton Gonzalez, a food stamp recipient. The Utah Department of Workforce Services told Fox 13 that there's no data breach or a hack. Quote, there has been an increase nationally with some issues with compromised cards, but there is not a data hack, said DWS Deputy Director Kevin Burt. Gonzalez, who's from South Salt Lake, has been using food stamps for years. On Sunday morning, when I get food stamps on the 5th, there was a zero balance. I was devastated. I couldn't go to the store, said Gonzalez. Well, Gonzalez learned he wasn't the only one dealing with this issue. They said, your PIN has been hacked. You're not the only one. It's happened to thousands of people across the country since Christmas, and you're just out of luck. So these food stamp recipients whose PINs have been hacked will have no food stamps for a month. And I don't see I don't see anything in this story where somebody's stepping up to say, but here's what we'll do about it to help you get through the month. So.
Just don't eat this month. We'll make it up to you next month.
Yeah. Utah Republican supermajority legislature has detailed plans for how they will support President-elect Trump's promise to carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. On Monday, Republican lawmakers announced more than a dozen measures to give the public a glimpse into the package we're proposing. You know what I think they should do, if they really want to help out, is they all ought to agree to go out onto the streets and start rounding people up and deporting them.
This is going to cost so much money.
House Majority Whip Carrie Ann Lisenby said in an interview that she's been in contact with incoming administration on efforts to back its changes to immigration policy, specifically with issues like jail capacity for detained immigrants. Republican lawmakers standing shoulder to shoulder at the Capitol characterized the measures as primarily addressing public safety concerns. Angela Romero challenged that perception.
Yeah.
She's president of the National Hispanic Caucus of State Legislators. She told reporters that associating public safety problems with immigrants leads to large groups of people being impacted by misinformation around immigrants.
Yeah, bless you, Angela.
What about mixed status families and other individuals that are getting caught up with the rhetoric here, she said. Yeah. Because I've had people who live in my district tell me that people are telling them to go back to where they came from, to go home. This is where they're from, she said.
It's racism, pure and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, God. So people are so dumb. Senators have sparked outrage online for referring to Kamala Harris as Madam President during the Electoral College count.
God.
Members of the U.S. Senate convened on the House floor to formally cement Donald Trump's Election Day victory. Kamala Harris presides over that because she is President of the Senate. The Vice President of the United States is always the President of the Senate. And so several senators referred to her while they were doing this, certifying the vote count as Madam President. Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, do you have the numbers? Madam President. Well, people on Twitter, how dare they call her
dumb people
President?
on Twitter?
Dumb people on Twitter. It's just, I almost made that one a boner candidate. It's just maddening to me. I'll save that story. Costco has recalled a specific cold and flu medication sold in its stores due to the risk of contamination by what they're saying are foreign objects. The recall applies to certain runs of Kirkland's signature severe cold and flu plus congestion caplets, which were sold in stores while potentially containing foreign objects that contaminated the medication. The affected products are marked with several different codes and so forth, but Costco said they were sold between October 30th and November 30th last year. in stores across the U.S., Midwest, and Southeast, so probably here.
Yeah.
Drugs manufactured by LNK International. So if you have any of this Costco severe cold and flu plus congestion caplets, please return them to the store, and they'll give you a full refund. Pope Francis, the Catholic Pope, addressed a large gathering of nuns from the Union of St. Catherine of Siena, of the missionaries of the school, according to the Holy See. And he said to these nuns, many times in my life.
He's not Italian.
He is the Pope. Many times in my life, I've encountered nuns with a vinegar face. And this is not a friendly face. This is not something that helps to attract people. Don't go around with a vinegar face.
So did he just say
bunch of sour-faced old nuns?
Did he just say you need to smile more?
Boy,
is that what he did?
I tell you, Sister Josephine, I don't think she ever smiled. She had permanent vinegar face.
Well, would you smile being in charge of a bunch of bratty little Catholic kids?
Catholics! He says, no, get rid of the vinegar face. You gotta look like a nicer person. He converse with everybody. Except for the devil, he said.
Except for the devil.
The devil comes into communities and look, you don't want to talk to the devil. But other than, use your vinegar face on the devil. So there's the Pope with his words of wisdom. And that's the news.
All right.
Weather
traffic.
So there is a wind advisory in effect until tomorrow, actually. Starting at about Mill Creek, they're saying we could, in this Salt Lake area, see winds up to 40 miles an hour. Gets even worse when you head into Davis County. That's usually where it's Farmington, that area. They could see 60-mile-an-hour winds today. So secure your load, as it were. 38 for a high today, overnight low 19. Let me see what traffic we have to tell you about. Crash eastbound I-80 at East Canyon. Fire trucks are on the scene, blocking 2 left lanes and both shoulders. Traffic is backed up through that area. Also have a crash northbound I-15. This is an American Fork at milepost 277. There were some places experiencing fog this morning, but I think that's largely lifted. If you do experience that, though, just remember to slow down and make sure your lights are on. Give yourself some space between you and the car in front of you. Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialists, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, 33rd South, 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Bob throws Nadine under the bus. During the first 5 weeks of Senator Bob Menendez bribery trial, Democratic Senator Bob Menendez, his attorneys have been peppering government witnesses with questions aimed at shifting the blame to the New Jersey Democrat's wife, Nadine. Legal experts say Menendez's strategy is not unique. It could, however, backfire with jurors. An empty chair defense when a spouse is involved is somewhat risky, because some jurors can view the defendant blaming their spouse unfavorably, and that potentially can affect the overall perception of the defense, said a former federal prosecutor. Scott Hulsey, a former federal prosecutor, said blaming his wife carries a whole different sort of baggage for Menendez than if he were there to fault someone else. To blame the person you're married to for something that went wrong could offend some people's notion of what marriage is and what it's about, Hulsey said. Both the senator and his wife have pleaded not guilty to more than a dozen charges related to a wide-ranging bribery scheme. Nadine Menendez's trial has been pushed to August. She's recovering from breast cancer surgery. But Bob Menendez is saying, I didn't know anything about this. She kept things from me. Mm-hmm. She was conniving. She kept me in the dark.
But you were the senator who was giving favors to these people, so I don't know how.
And he was the senator who had gold bars in shoes in his closet.
Forgot about that.
Yeah,
this does not jibe.
He had money stuffed in the pockets of sport coats that were hanging in his closet. But no, it's my wife. My wife. Bob is throwing Nadine under the bus. What a turd.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 3.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Which, by the way, I don't think Nadine Menendez is a very nice person either.
No.
Boner candidate number 1, it turns out black magic had nothing to do with it. Guy in India cuts off his fingers so he won't have to work on a computer anymore. He at first tried to, the police at first said it must have been the work of black magicians.
Yes.
Boner candidate number 2, House Speaker Mike Johnson, a pious liar, doing this prayer. This is Thomas Jefferson's prayer. He said it every day of his life until the day. No, he didn't. And Boner candidate number 3, Bob throws Nadine under the bus.
All right. Time to vote for Boner of the Day. 2 or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. 1, 2, or 3. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Pretty easy. You can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, January 7, 2025. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, you got 4 minutes to get your vote in. Now, as soon as we award the Boner, right after these messages, get ready to call in. It's been a while since we spoke. It's Hello, Yeah, What? Right after we award Boner of the Day, the innovative radio feature that we invented, where you call in and just talk to us about anything. Ask us questions, make a point, make a complaint. Whatever you have on your mind, whatever you want to do. Coming up after these messages, it's Boner of the Day. Get ready for Hello.
Or Love Vigilantes. It's a game show for people who just like game shows. It's Be Gina. I'm Johnny O, and hey, I bet you want to know who drank all the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Well, we have a confession.
Oh.
Malcolm Jamal Warner says he did.
Oh.
That's right. Malcolm Jamal Warner drank it. But he says, I'm ready to make some more. Warner admits that he can't resist the great taste of Kool-Aid. He says, try any one of the 15 fruity flavors and you'll agree. Don't get caught with an empty pitcher. Make some Kool-Aid today and keep everyone in your house smiling. You'll say the same thing Malcolm Jamal Warner does. Kool-Aid, it's my kind of smile.
Ah.
And now, here's a man who's my kind of smile.
Oh.
Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Looks like you'll be playing against Devin. Are you there, Devin?
Yes, I am.
All right, Devin. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage if you call it correctly. Heads or tails, go.
Let's go heads.
All right. It is tails, Gina
Oh, Devin, you're one step further away from winning these tickets to see Bleachers the 18th of May at the Great Saltaire.
All right, Devin. Because you lost the coin toss, Gina goes first. She answers the question correctly. She gets the point. If not, I will allow you to answer the question correctly and steal the point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you has 3 points. Now, if she manages to beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name, Devin?
Make a donation to the Road Home.
All right, sounds good. Of course, you get the Bleachers tickets if you come from behind and win. First question for Gina. It's potpourri today, different subjects.
Okay.
Meryl Streep question,
Okay.
first of all. What skill did she learn very quickly, specifically for her role on Music of the Heart? She had to quickly learn a skill.
Okay.
The 1, solving 2 Rubik's Cubes at the same time. 2, trumpet. 3, to fold a fitted sheet so well that it looks indiscernible from a folded flat sheet. Or 4, violin.
I'm going to guess violin.
Violin is correct.
That's a point for Gina.
you
And
go.
now we go to Devin.
Devin. Mary-Kate and Ashley trivia. Ready? Mary-Kate and Ashley
Yeah.
trivia. Oh, no, this is Elizabeth Olsen.
Olsen?
Elizabeth Olsen
Other
trivia.
other kind of Olsen.
But it is Mary-Kate and Ashley. Elizabeth Olsen's sisters, Mary-Kate and Ashley, named their fashion line after her. What is it called? After Elizabeth. Is it 1, Stella McCartney? Is it 2, Elizabeth and James? Is it 3, The Other Sister Clothing? Or 4, Yeezy?
I'm going to go with 3.
The Other Sister Clothing? Oh,
Elizabeth and James?
very good. It was right there.
Yeah.
It was right there.
2 points for Gina, Devin, and none for you.
Oh, man.
And you know what, Devin? Gina controls the
What's that?
question.
All right.
Gina controls the question.
Gina?
Okay.
Twister trivia.
All right.
What did they use for the sound of the tornado?
Okay.
Was it 1, a recording of Trump's intestinal tract after several hamburgers?
Very similar to that. Yeah.
2, a recording of a camel's moan slowed down. 3, the subdermal sounds of RFK Jr.'s brainworm. Or 4, they recorded an actual tornado.
Johnny, I heard you laugh at number 2, the camel, but that's the answer.
That is correct. Wow.
Well, Gina, you just
Out.
swept the board.
Swept the board.
She just wrung you out,
I
man.
wiped the floor with you,
Yeah,
Devin.
Right in the leg, Devin.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
All
feel
right.
bad for Devin.
I do too. Devin, you seem like a nice person. Even though I beat you, I'm still going to give you these tickets to see Bleachers at the Great Saltaire on the 18th of May.
All right, Devin, hang on the line.
Hang
Somebody will tell you. Listen, I've got to go. Oh, yeah, and make some Kool-Aid. Is brought to you in part by, I guess it's Italian wedding soup. It's got sausage in it and potatoes and kale.
Were you at a wedding?
No,
Oh.
I just made it.
You are Italian.
It was very good. Very good.
And don't miss the return of Lights Camera Brunch, our annual film-themed Not Safe for Work podcast with brunch, beers, and more. Sunday, January 26th at Squatters Pub. Space is limited. Buy your tickets at x96.com.
Holy mackerel. Oh, a lot of voting for all 3 candidates. Half 100 for the guy who cut off his fingers, boner candidate number 1, and almost a half 100 for boner candidate number 3, Bob Menendez, Democrat from New Jersey, throwing his wonderful wife Nadine under the bus. But the winner, the pious, mealy-mouthed little Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, wins boner of the day with 120 votes.
There you go. That's your boner of the day for today, January 7, 2025. It's now qualified to be boner of the week. Our first boner of the week will happen on Friday at about 9:50 when Dave the Flower Guy comes in here and just tells us who the boner of the week is. Okay, let's see.
Is it time for the world famous Hello Yeah What?
Yes.
Yes.
On the
They're
world
talking
famous
about it in
Radio from Hell show?
Amsterdam, right?
Hello, yeah, what?
It's an innovative radio feature that even Radio Kink in the Netherlands wishes they had thought of.
Well, they're in all music stations. So.
It's Hello Yeah What?
You just call us. Questions, comments, criticisms, jokes.
Observations, whatever you would like to talk about, it's your chance to do it. Some people take this opportunity to plug events that they're doing. So 877-602-9696. Any question, any query, it's Hello Yeah What here on the world famous Radio from Hell show.
Here's a text, Amanda J. from Prescription for Sweets. Just wanted to check in and see if you enjoyed your Christmas goodies that I dropped off at John Watson. I'm sorry I bolted after handing them over. I had to open the pharmacy at 9 that morning. Delicious. The cake pops were wonderful.
Yep, we enjoyed them very much. We're still eating some of it.
And then, then what was the other thing that I had? It was so good. Oh, it was pecan something. It was really good, though. Anyway, thank you. Let's see. Let's go to Devin here.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, Devin. Devin, where are you calling from?
In Ogden, heading toward Willard to work.
All right, what's going on?
Well, I just wanted to remind everybody, in case they forgot, how amazing Pink Floyd is, because every time I start listening to them again, I'm just reminded how much better of musicians they were than anybody that I've ever heard. I know Carrie agrees with me.
I won't disagree with you.
There was a Pink Floyd on this day today. Oh, they released another Brick in the Wall on this day in 1980. There's
the entire album or just the single?
Says Pink Floyd released another Brick in the Wall Part 2 in the U.S. The single peaked at number 1 for both the U.S. and U.K. charts, giving Pink Floyd their first and only number 1 hit single. There's a little Pink Floyd.
Of course, the first Pink Floyd song I ever heard was "See Emily Play," which
wow, that's an old one.
Yeah,
going way back.
Yeah, and I just remember it got played on the radio a little bit, and I thought, well, this is unusual.
I will not disagree with you, Devin.
Thanks, Devin.
They're an excellent band, one of my favorites.
Be careful on the road.
Guys. Have a great one.
Yeah, see ya.
Thank you.
You see, 877-602-9696. That's all you have
Whatever
to do.
you want.
Whatever
Hello,
you want.
yeah, what?
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Let's go to Luke.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Luke.
Oh, Luke, where are you?
Hey, do you guys remember me?
Help us remember
yeah.
you, Luke.
Remember I talked about how I wanted to stay in school. How was that?
Luke, I remember your call. You gave me hope for the future when you called in. How's school going?
Pretty good. I'm actually being dropped off now.
Oh.
Remind me what grade you're in?
7th.
Okay.
Okay. And what did you want to say, Luke?
I just wanted to say how much I loved the show and I've been listening to it and since I was since a baby.
Well,
I've always just loved this.
I predict great things for you, Luke.
Yeah, all right. I gotta make this quick. But
All right, Luke.
Have a good day at school, Luke.
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Peace out, Luke.
I love
Hello,
Luke.
yeah, what?
I got to make this quick.
He's got school.
Make
It's
this
almost
quick.
8 o'clock.
I love that.
You got to get in before the bell goes off.
Text question: is Salt Lake Tribune removing the paywall? Do you know any?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, we
They're going to do that.
I think they are.
This.
Yeah, Sean mentioned it to us last year. If I don't remember I don't know if there were certain conditions, but
They
pretty
were
sure.
trying to raise a certain donor amount, and if they got to that amount, they were going to remove the paywall.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's go to Rage.
Hello, yeah, what?
Rage, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I asked you first.
Oh, it's going
call will be
good. I'm just
recorded.
on my way to work.
This call is being recorded. What? Right?
Are you in prison, Ray?
Are you?
Oh, no, I'm just excited.
Oh.
What do you mean? I didn't hear anything that said this call is being recorded.
Yeah, we heard it.
Oh.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I don't like it.
I'm kind of worried
Well,
about it.
why?
I don't like it, Rage.
Why would this call being recorded, Rage?
Because I want to show my grandma and my mom.
Well, we have a podcast. You don't need to record it, okay? And I don't trust you right away. Your name, Rage. As soon as I saw that, I went, "This is going to be a problem phone call."
Where did that come from? Where did your nickname come from?
Well, my name came from my parents.
They named you Rage.
Most names come from parents. Yes.
Yeah.
That's not the
Mom
question.
just wanted something unique, and so
Okay.
it was like, how about Cage or Gage? And then my dad was like, oh, Rage would be the perfect name for a kid. Like, yeah, okay.
We understand you a lot better now, Rage.
Your dad enjoyed a drink or two.
I'm trying.
All right, thanks. Say hi, Rage. Say hi to your grandma for us, okay?
Hi, Grandma. I love you.
Okay.
Oh, that was sweet.
You see, it's easy. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. Easy to participate with.
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696.
I guess our cellular devices allow us. I mean, I could record somebody's phone call, right?
I guess.
I think you can't, but there's probably an announcement. I mean, I just never thought about it, or because I wouldn't want to do it.
Crash northbound US 89, the I-84 junction in Weber County. It's shut down all lanes of travel. Traffic is backed up in Layton. You're going to want to use an alternate route through there. Crash eastbound I-80 at East Canyon. Fire trucks are on the scene. 2 left lanes and both shoulders are blocked. Traffic is backed way up there. You can call us with traffic, too, while we're doing Hello, Yeah, What, if you see anything on the roads. 877-602-9696, or you can text in traffic at 33986. This season, celebrate the vibrant, creative community of downtown Salt Lake at Gallivan Center. Experience the magic of Glow, featuring dozens of magical illuminated sculptures, or ice skate with a date or the whole family at the Gallivan Rink. Plan your visit at theblocksslc.com.
You know, I drove by that this morning, and all of those sculptures were lit up.
Oh, really?
At the Gallivan, and it was beautiful, just beautiful.
Cool. All right. Well, we will take a break.
Hello, yeah, what?
Continues after these messages, 877-602-9696. It only works when you call in.
Hello, yeah, what?
Randlife.com/X96.
Well, if you've been dreaming of a new home but worried about finding the right mortgage rate, stop dreaming and start taking some action. Rand Life Home Loans has got you covered. Rand Life just slashed their floor rate to 3.25%. That's 3.25% on a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage for FHA and VA loans. 3.25%. That's really down there. Now, what does that mean for you? Well, it means serious purchasing power. You can potentially borrow up to $190,000 more to snag your dream home. Imagine like a bigger house, a better location, finally getting that gourmet kitchen you've wanted. All within reach. Maybe you want to put in a pool. All of that kind of stuff. So don't wait. Turn your dream into an address with Rand Life. Visit randlife.com/X96 for more information. They can answer all your questions there. randlife.com/ Yesterday, at the end of the show, I had a couple of emails, and one of them was talking about how the writer was saying how much he likes our show, and part of the reason he likes it is that we don't do fake radio voices.
Oh.
It's just our normal voices.
So this is
sort of a. I answered the email, and he just sent back another little tag to that.
Is it of
interest?
Is it
what he wants to
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
email of interest?
He said, I also enjoy the humor of Edward K. Brass, sports announcer and judicial hobbyist.
Judicial hobbyist.
Yes.
Yes.
Ed will be thrilled to hear this.
And then I got this email. Dear Radio from Hell, beloved leaders of radio.
Ooh.
I just received a text message from a random number saying that I owe Utah Toll Services $11 in an unpaid toll. And if I didn't pay it soon, I would be charged $50 in late fees.
Don't do it.
Also in the text message, it had a link to a .com website. Don't worry, I didn't click the link. I went to UDOT's website, and there they have on their news and alerts section details about the FBI public service announcement and about these text scams.
Yep.
On the page it states, Express Lane program does not use text messages to request payment for fines or tolls. I just wanted to spread the word to our friends of the program. For more details, you can see the UDOT website. Just go to udot.utah.gov and look up Express Lanes and Alerts.
There you go.
And if you get one of those, emails. Do not click on it. You don't. They're just trying to get money and get information, your access to your information.
You had an email?
I have a quick email.
Okay.
Hello, Gina. My name is Joe. I've listened to the show since the 90s in KJQ. The reason for this email is to let everyone know that despite having disabilities, you're able to do anything you can work toward. My wife is on supplemental oxygen and fighting lupus, and she still continues to run 5K, 10K, and half marathons. She's been nominated to be on the cover of Ms. Health and Fitness.
Wow.
Also comes with a prize that would allow her the funds to get her better oxygen equipment. I was hoping you could spread the word. She's currently in 12th place, and I would love to see her win. So if you'd like to vote for Ms. Tori Sutton for Ms. Health and Fitness, just go to mshealthandfit.com, and you can vote for a friend of the program, Tori.
Well, there we go.
That's very nice to do.
There were certainly a couple of emails of interest.
Like Floyd and Vineyard did. He just said, hello, yeah, what? From Vineyard.
Vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would be more helpful if he called.
877-602-9696.
Yeah, because there's nobody on the phone right now to participate in Hello, Yeah, What? An innovative,
Hello, yeah, what?
innovative radio feature in which you call the radio station and we talk to you live on the radio, on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Although we did get a text from Tony, totally blind FOP.
Yeah.
He says you can indeed record phone calls on your smartphone. As of iOS 18.19, phones now have call recording feature. Utah is a one-party consent state for recording, meaning you don't need to disclose that you're recording someone. The call being recorded is a new feature. It just saves the audio and transcript in the user's notes. I'm sure Rage was just excited to save the call. That's all that.
I didn't even hear the announcement. Was it like a little mechanically sounded
This
voice?
call is being recorded.
Yeah, it must. The phone must do that automatically.
It sounded like the prison.
Yeah. Well, all those calls I get from the prison. That's exactly that's exactly the way it sounds. Oh, I should say all the calls I've made to the prison.
You're calling the prison?
We've gotten calls from prison.
877-602-9696. They're kicking in here.
All right, there we go. Let's go to Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. It's
Hey. Hello, yeah, what?
Where are you, Jeremy?
I'm in Draper.
Okay, what's up?
I just want to wish you a Happy New Year.
Well, thanks. Thank you.
The crew and everyone listening.
Okay. Happy New Year to you.
Did you have a good New Year celebration and things look good?
Yeah. It's just it was nice and relaxed, just at home with the kids.
Excellent.
It was fun.
Well, Jeremy, thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Thanks. You too.
See ya. Simple as that.
Because he called him. I was trying to find the bit, but I couldn't find it fast enough. But
The New Year bit?
The New Year's Eve bit from Larry David.
Where is it too late? What?
Oh, Happy New Year. And he goes,
Yeah,
what do you mean,
How long?
I don't know. I think there's a statute of limitations.
Yeah.
3 days. 3 days.
But
3 days?
We weren't here right after the New Year, so
That's true.
I think we give it this week.
All right. We'll let you off this time. Corey is here. Corey.
Hi.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Corey. What's up? Where are you calling from?
Happy January. I'm calling from my basement in Bountiful.
Okay. And what's up?
Okay. So, to make January a little more fun, this weekend there's an Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy coming to town at this is a place, Pioneer Park.
Really?
And it's 4 unique cocktails that are paired with 4 Edgar Allan Poe poems or stories. So I know The Raven and The Telltale Heart are 2 of those. I don't remember the other 2.
Now, wait, you can't do that at This Is the Place.
Yeah, I was just going to say, are these mocktails?
They're honest to goodness cocktails.
I saw this on Instagram.
I saw that they were doing it, but this is the first I'm hearing about cocktails.
Yeah, the speakeasy. So I don't know if they somehow. I'm sure the Raven's not that long, but I don't know how they do the stories with the cocktails. But it's an hour and a half, and it looked like a lot of fun.
There's the cask of Amontillado. That's wine.
Yeah, I think that is one of those. But wine is. I don't believe wine's one of the cocktails. But they look delicious and very in line with the stories, and just looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's at This Is the Place. You have to prove you're 21, and
so they are.
I'm just shocked that they're allowing cocktails at This Is the Place.
Okay, here are the cocktails. Here you go. The Pale Blue Eye, which is a light blue cocktail made with blueberry vodka, fresh lemon juice, rose syrup, topped with LaCroix. The Cocktail of Red Death.
The Mask of the Red Death,
which is 100 proof vodka, cherry herring, Benedictine liqueur, lime juice, pineapple juice, and bitters. That sounds good. Oh, Edgar's Twisted Brandy Milk Punch.
Brandy
Which is Kentucky bourbon with French brandy mixed with vanilla cream, milk syrup, half and half, topped with star anise.
Okay.
And the Nevermore.
For the Raven.
A black and gold cocktail fueled by orange peach blossom vodka, lime juice, and secret spices.
What's the Pale Blue Eye? Though that's the cask of Amontillado, isn't it? When he walls him up, and then the last thing he sees is his pale blue eye, and then he starts hearing the beating of his infernal heart.
That sounds right.
Yeah. It's close. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bill. I'm surprised that they're doing this at all places. This is the
where
place.
it is.
I guess it's a state.
Isn't it a state facility?
Yeah.
Well, it is. But
yeah.
You know.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Brigham Young enjoyed a drink every now and then.
I mean, they have weddings and stuff
true.
there. Maybe they.
Right.
That's true. Okay.
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks,
See ya.
Corey. Yeah. Leslie is here. Let's.
Hello, yeah, what?
What's up, Leslie?
Well, first of all, I enjoyed listening to you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But it was New Year's Eve. I was listening to some of your replays, obviously, because you weren't on live.
Mm-hmm.
And you had some fallacies about Element 11 and Burning Man that I wanted to kind of clear up.
So, okay, go ahead. And now, Element 11 is something that's done here in Utah, which is kind of like Burning Man, right?
Yep, it is a Burning Man sanctioned event. That is here in Utah. So yeah, they have regional events in many states.
Okay.
But it was 2014 when Christopher decided to run into Sparky, which we were correct about.
Now that's
and then after,
wait. So nobody knows what you just said. Nobody knows. I think I don't remember. That was at Element 11, correct?
At Element 11, correct.
And somebody ran into the fire and killed himself.
That is correct.
All right.
It was very tragic for our community.
I would think.
And then it actually did happen too at Burning Man in 2017. A man also ran into and got through the perimeters and ran into the fire
and died.
Two. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, just to clear up some misinformation that was out there.
Well, it seems to me like I knew exactly what you're saying, but maybe we stated it wrong. All right. Thank you.
All
right. Thank you.
So I like I said, I very much enjoy your show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Cleared that up.
Dr. Mike is here.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, Mike.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
I'm calling to volunteer my wife to be your Dutch translator.
That's right. She served her mission
really?
in Holland, in the Netherlands, and is she still pretty...
Belgium.
Is she... Oh, she was Belgium. She's still pretty fluent?
Belgium and the Netherlands. Yes, she's still pretty fluent.
Mm.
Wow.
And a heck of a librarian, I'll tell you that.
Stop by our little free library in the front yard. So,
all right. Well, listen, if we can arrange this this cultural exchange program, we'll take her along to be translator.
That'd be great.
Now, the first thing I need you to do is to translate his homepage on his website.
oh, that would be probably the easiest for her because it gives her a lot of time to do it.
Maar op in andere dag weer Pinkerton van Weezer.
Yeah, sure.
I understood some of that.
Yeah,
I couldn't have said it any better.
He's going to play Weezer.
Zinj musical Halden, Zinj Weezer, REM Killers, Crowded House. Zin Meest Diebar plot is automatic for the people, van REM.
I totally get that, yeah.
And now the music of Stink.
The music of Stink.
All right, thanks, Mike. We'll tell her we'll take her up on it.
Have a great year.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
And real quick, Crichton.
Hi,
Hello,
Crichton.
yeah, what?
What's up?
Hey guys, I just wanted to plug in my business. I have a garage door company. We're the original Powell garage doors.
Those are
We
good
do.
ones.
Yep, we do anything from new garage doors to service. So if anybody has any garage door service that needs to be done, you can always reach out. And my number is 385-775-8511.
What's the name of the business, Creighton?
Original Powell garage doors.
All right.
All right.
Thank
you, Creighton.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
Just like a drug dealer, first one's free.
We're passing that on to the sales staff, by the way, and
All right.
they'll probably contact you.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. Well, that's
Hello, yeah, what?
that's good enough, I suppose. Yeah. Traffic.
Boy, eastbound I-80 going up through the canyon is a mess. Multiple accidents. We've got a crash right by the quarry. 2 right lanes are blocked. We've got 5 cars involved in a crash in the East Canyon. Fire trucks are on the scene there, so that's been causing a lot of issues this morning so far. We also have a crash southbound I-15. This is in Orem at 8th North. And Washington Boulevard, northbound at 34th Street, right shoulder affected there. Whatever you're seeing on the road, you can text us and I will pass it along. 33986 is where you do that. Support for X96 comes from the Stateroom Presents, bringing 1960s inspired R&B and soul group The Sacred Souls to the Union on Saturday, January 11th. Tickets are available at thestateroompresents.com.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. What is the prize for Beat Gina today?
Comedian Sebastian Maniscalco is coming January 17th to the Maverick Center.
Sebastian Maniscalco tickets, 877-602-9696. All you have to do is play Beat Gina. Oh, Gina. Nicolas Cage trivia today.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah. 877-602-9696 to get the Sebastian Maniscalco tickets. 877-602-9696. Right after these messages and a song. Pups.
My dog does not get excited for many things. Dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say, Riley, do you want to go to Pups? She jumps up because she knows her friends are there. And when I say friends, the puppies are there that are her friends, but also the people that work at Pups.
Yes.
They are nice, nice people, and they are obsessed with taking the very best care of your dogs. And not only do they do grooming and daycare, but it's puppy season. So if anyone's looking for training programs, check out pupsslc.com for classes and private training. They'll help train the human as well as the pup with their training sessions. They treat every dog as if it were their own. That's what they would want for their pup. And if you tell them that I told you about this on the radio, you'll get a little break. Just say, Gina and Riley told me to come into Pups. You'll get 10% off. They're in Sugar House, 1123 East, 27th South. You can learn more about their training, their pups, their grooming, all of that. Pups SLC.
I have a list here that we could not possibly get through in maybe even a whole show.
Wow, that's a big list.
It's 213 fun facts that'll make you go, huh? Huh?
That's a big promise. Every one of them will make you do that?
Well, I've been scanning through them.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Are they fun?
Uh-huh.
Are they facts?
Yes.
Okay, well, all right.
Yes.
Give it a look here, then.
All right.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Now, the one thing I have against this list is that there's no backup. For instance, this is the first one of the 213 fun facts that'll make you
You're
go,
questioning these facts already? Is that what
ketchup was once sold as a medicine. Huh.
And that's it? That's all they give you?
That's yeah. I know it doesn't.
So it's like I got to do my own damn research?
On that, yeah, I guess. Alaska is the furthest east, west, and north state in the United States. Huh.
Okay.
Yeah. How about a lightning bolt is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun?
How do you know?
Huh. Well, you could measure that. The tiny pocket in jeans
Yeah, I got one right here.
was designed to store pocket watches.
I knew that.
Huh.
Not pills? It's pill-sized. Isn't that your pill? Doesn't everyone use
You
that
have
as
you
a
have
pill?
a problem, Gina.
I don't. Is that where you hide your pills?
Ibuprofen pocket.
There were active volcanoes on the moon when dinosaurs were alive. Well, I don't believe that. There were no dinosaurs alive on the moon.
Okay. We're leaving this to Guy in the chat room to fact check this now.
Okay.
In 1834, Dr. John Cook Bennett, a physician living in Ohio, started selling ketchup as a cure for diarrhea, jaundice, and indigestion.
Okay.
Before long, Bennett started selling his concentrated ketchup in pill form. As demand for the miracle condiments skyrocketed, other companies started producing their own tomato ketchup and tomato pills.
There you go. A chicken named Mike lived for 18 months without his head in the 1940s.
No.
No. For lots of reasons, no.
Yeah, for 18 months, no.
I've heard that story before.
There's no way.
I don't know that it's true.
Guy, check that one, would you?
Please.
I'm telling you, that's
Mike the chicken.
Mike the chicken.
18 months in the 40s.
It did not happen.
That's...
How
and,
about...
and anyone telling you it did is lying, even the people who were around
Oh,
then.
really? I saw him.
Swear to God.
How about Australia is wider than the moon?
Okay.
Australia is wider than the moon. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
I guess.
All right, yeah.
Let's see. A British man found 100,000 pounds worth of Roman gold coins 20 minutes after buying his first ever metal detector. Huh.
Okay, we got confirmation on the chicken.
How?
Yeah?
I need details.
There's a photo. Now, that could be taxidermy, but they say they fed it using an eyedropper.
Like just put food down his neck hole?
Down the gullet there.
Okay.
How do you
It
breathe?
refused to die.
How do you breathe?
Apparently, it was breathing through the neck hole.
I don't know, Jeannie. You've been breathing for a long time.
It's in the BBC.
I still don't buy
BBC
it.
magazine. Chicken lived without head. Okay.
Although Mike is a great name for a chicken. I like
Mike is a
that
good
part
one
of
for
it.
yeah.
Mike the chicken. Yep.
Apparently, they have a statue of the damn chicken up in Fruita, Colorado.
Really?
Yeah. They came to Salt Lake City, University of Utah, where the chicken was put through a battery of tests. Rumor has it the university scientists surgically removed the heads of many other chickens to see whether any would live.
Well, that's cruel.
Mike's brainstem was still intact, though most of his head was gone. I mean, it wasn't... Okay. I've done this to chickens, okay, so... The way that it was... he still has kind of a neck, is the thing.
Yeah.
See, and that's...
Just like the top of the head.
Yeah, just the top of his head was gone.
Yeah.
Wasn't
How
just
about
like
this?
at the neck. Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready for another one?
Sure.
Okay.
The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland?
The unicorn?
Katie says this is true.
Okay.
Okay. A cat named Stubbs was the mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska for 20 years.
I believe that.
Sure.
The mayor.
I believe that.
20 years.
I want a kitty sash. I want a top hat.
The Pope can't be an organ donor. It's not allowed.
Why not?
Well, you know, he's God's emissary on earth. You're not going to take his kidney out.
No, I've been to Italian churches. I've been to churches in Italy, and they all are thrilled to have body parts of saints and things like that. You know,
they're relics.
this is we got an arm, but
Yeah.
so and so got the head. You know, you want the head, not
Catherine of Siena.
Exactly. So that's probably why.
All right. Let's see. How about there are 293 ways to make change for $1.
Sure. I'll take your word for it because
I'm not
I don't like math. So
it's illegal to own only one guinea pig in Switzerland.
Well, they get lonely.
If you want a guinea pig, you have to have two.
you have to have two in Switzerland.
Or more. Yeah.
How's the guinea pig sales in Switzerland doing?
I don't know.
Okay, one more.
Let's see. It's illegal to be an astrologer in Yamhill, Oregon. In fact, the practice of all occult arts, including fortune-telling, phrenology, palmistry, clairvoyance, mesmerism, or spiritualism as a means of divination or giving advice, is illegal in the city of Yamhill, Oregon.
I'm moving there.
Yamhill.
Yamhill, here I come.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
The Police played the first night of their North American tour supporting Zenyatta Mondatta on this day.
And that is a cut from that album. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got news coming up here in a moment. But first, is this sponsored, Gina?
X96 welcomes Sebastian Maniscalco January 17th coming to the Maverick Center. Tickets are on sale now. You can get more information at x96.com.
Thank you.
Just look at this glittering showroom filled with fabulous prizes, like tickets to Sebastian Maniscalco. Yes, that's what you could win on today's edition of Beat Gina. I'm Johnny O, the announcer here at Beat Gina Central. Now, let's say that you have guests just about to arrive, and you haven't had time to wax your fine wood furniture.
Okay.
Well, that's where Lemon Pledge comes in.
Yes.
Use Lemon Pledge on all your wood surfaces. It smells like fresh lemons. And wow, what a shine.
I love lemon.
It will look like you've been waxing all day. when all you did was dust. Try Lemon Pledge today. When using Lemon Pledge, avoid contact with skin, eyes, and clothing. Keep away from heat, sparks, and flame. Contents under pressure do not puncture or incinerate. Do not store at temperatures above 120 degrees, as container may burst.
Oh.
And now, let me introduce your host for Beat Gina. He's a man I've pledged my loyalty to.
Well.
No, my life to.
Oh,
wow.
He's your host, Kerry Jackson.
Johnny Ola, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer. The randomizer has picked a contestant. Gina, you'll be playing against Tony today. Tony, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Tony.
Tony's not sure where he is.
Wake up, honey. Wake up. Eyes front.
I am here.
It's
Okay,
time
good.
There it goes.
It's time to play Beat Gina. All right, Tony, going to toss a coin to see who
I've
goes.
got my bat.
Okay.
All right. Let's toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails.
Heads.
All right. Let's see what happens here. It is tails, which means Gina Barberi goes
rigged.
first. She gets the advantage in the game.
It's not rigged. I
Gina-
watched Carrie flip the coin.
Gina's already got an advantage in the game. That means she could win. Now, if she beats you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
$50 to the pet shelter of her choice.
Thank you.
All righty then. Okay, so there's your prize.
And her home does not count.
All right.
I'm glad you made that clear.
Thank you. Let's see. What we got here is Nicolas Cage trivia today. If you happen to win, Tony, you'll get those Sebastian Maniscalco tickets. Nicolas Cage is born on this day. He is 61. Let's begin with the first question for Gina. Gina,
Yes.
Nicholas scored his first starring role in the 1983 film Valley Girl.
Mm-hmm.
What was his character's name? Was it 1, Alvin? Was it 2, Randy? Was it 3, Simon? Or was it 3 or 4, Theodore?
Randy.
Randy is correct.
There's a point for Gina. Now to Tony.
Tony.
Okay.
What is his stage name taken from? Yes, his last name is not actually Cage. Is it 1? Is it 1, despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a? Is it 2, bird in a gilded cage? Is it 3, Cage the elephant? Or 4, the comic book character Luke Cage?
Comic book character Luke Cage.
Very good.
There you go, Tony. You've tied up the game. Now we go back to Gina.
Gina.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage once woke up in his house in Orange County in the middle of the night to find what? Is it 1, a naked man eating a fudgesicle in front of his bed? Is it 2, a huge reptile gnawing on a woman's neck? The carpet was a blood-soaked sponge. Or was it 3, I was right in the middle of an effing reptile zoo and somebody was giving booze to these damn things? Or was it 4, Robert Downey Jr.?
I remember the fudgesicle story.
Fudgesicle
I
stories.
remember that too. Isn't that
Yeah.
wrong?
Wow, okay.
It's 2-1. Back to Tony for a tie.
All right, Tony. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
In which film
I hope mine are easy as like Gina's.
Well, here we go. In which film did Nicolas Cage eat a real cockroach? He really ate a real cockroach in this movie. Was it 1, Dude, Where's My Grandma? Is it 2, Ass, the movie? 3, The Wicker Man? Or 4, Vampire's Kiss?
The Wicker Man.
Wicker Man.
No.
Sorry, no.
Here's the win.
The Vampire's Kiss.
Took
Yep.
him 3 takes to do that.
Well, I'm sorry, Tony.
Oh,
I'm really sorry.
over already? Wow.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's over. 3 to 1.
You know what? I'm going to make it even more okay, Tony. Even though I beat you, I'm still going to give you these tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco coming January 17th to the Maverick Center.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Okay.
Okay.
All
Great.
right.
Hang on the line.
He's so excited.
I know. It's like
Great.
you won the prize.
I'm still fine. I'm still just
Okay,
fine.
good.
All right.
Okay, all right. Hang on the line.
Listen, I've got to get home and wax something.
Ooh. Big boy news now brought to you by
Cinderella is a megawatt production. Experience the classic fairy tale with all new sets and costumes opening February 7th with music performed by the Ballet West Orchestra. Tickets at balletwest.org.
Thank you.
Tragedy. She was one of a kind, really one of a kind. An original, she will be missed, Jocelyn Wilderstein, or Wilderstein, I'm not sure. Socialite and tabloid Catwoman. Remember her?
Oh, yes.
She died at the age of 79 years old. Her lavish lifestyle and cosmetic surgeries intrigued tabloids, which called her Catwoman because of her cat-like eyes, though she insisted she had not had any work done on them at all.
I'm sorry. She's going straight to hell.
We've seen pictures.
Yeah. The cause of her death was pulmonary embolism, said Lloyd Klein, her longtime partner. Joyce Wildenstein was Swiss-born socialite, former wife of Alex Wildenstein, the scion of an art world dynasty whose lavish lifestyle, bitter divorce, and exotic cosmetic surgeries brought her fame. Mr. Wildenstein was a member of one of the wealthiest families in the French art world, with a vast and mysterious collection of old masters, as well as galleries in New York and Tokyo. The only child of a clothier and a lawyer, she counted Adnan Khashoggi, the Saudi arms dealer and developer of the Triad Center here in Salt Lake, as among her jet-set friends. She was beautiful, athletic, and up for adventure, and she and Mr. Wildenstein met while hunting in Africa. But after 19 years of marriage and 2 kids, Mr. Wildenstein wanted to see other people. They were living apart. Well, she, escorted by 2 bodyguards, surprised her husband at his townhouse where he was in bed with his 21-year-old girlfriend. He brandished a gun. The bodyguards called the police, and Mr. Wildenstein spent the night in jail. They had an acrimonious divorce, played out in the tabloids, and then she continued to appear in the tabloids as the Catwoman. And
weird-looking lady.
Yeah, very odd-looking. Go back and sort of read through her. A fascinating life, you have to say. Fascinating life. Well, let's see. Now, over there by where we used to have our studios at Trolley Square is an old building covered with ivy.
It's a beautiful building.
Yes.
It's on the corner of 7th East and 5th South, I believe. 4th South? 5th South. Built in 1907.
Just right across the street from us.
Yeah. It's an old church. It was converted into office space a long time ago. But now it's been vacant for quite some time. It and the lot, remember Palace Meats right across from you could look out our studio window and see Palace Meats there on 5th South. The property is zoned for redevelopment. The northeast corner, there's Whole Foods there, there's Trolley Square, there's Trolley Corners, and one of the city's most enduring dive bars is there.
Yes.
Ex-Wives Place. That building was once the parsonage for the church, where it's where the church leaders would live. The sales flyer advertises demo permitting in process. Which
why wouldn't somebody restore that?
Well, I don't know.
It's a cool build. I'm so tired of things getting torn down.
I know they're saying it's in horrible shape. But I'm guessing
How is it that, like in Europe, they managed to just have buildings for hundreds of years?
Because they take care of them, and even when they get into horrible shape, they do just about everything they can to restore them.
I wish we did more of that.
It would be tragic if Cheers to You went away because it's,
Ex-Wives
Place, because it's one of those rite of passage bars.
I've never even walked into.
You
the place.
haven't?
No.
How have I been to a bar that you haven't
Exactly.
been to?
That's the thing, is that it's one of those where you talk to people and it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
You go to Cheers to You, you go to Ex-Wives Place. It used to be Bar X.
Still is Bar X.
Still kind of is Bar X, but it used to be, my generation, it
Bar
was
X
Bar
was
X.
Before Bar X was classed up.
Yeah.
It was a real dive.
The
Twilight
Twilight?
Lounge.
The Twilight Lounge.
I've been in all those other places. I just never went into Ex-Wives Place. Anyway, it's probably not going to be there.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. On the eve of his second inauguration, Utah Governor Spencer Cox stood at a church pulpit to deliver a sermon on the spiritual foundation of good governance.
Ugh.
It was a message familiar to both his friends and his opponents in Utah politics. Ahead of the state's 45-day tornado of a legislative session and nearly a year of brutal campaigning, Cox announced to the diverse room of believers and non-believers that he had put his finger on Utah's competitive advantages. Here's what he said. We might be the only state in the nation that can give hope to the rest of the nation and the world.
Nope.
The state, according to Cox, despite being 13th in size, 30th in population, and 45th in seniority, is second to none in its potential to renew America's faith in the possibility of disagreeing without contempt.
No.
The power of caring for one's neighbors.
No.
And the persistence of the American dream.
No.
Making this potential a reality is nothing short of an obligation for the people of Utah, for the leaders in politics and religion, and for himself, Cox said. This is getting pretty messianic, Spencer.
Yep.
The alternative is a country without hope of reconciliation. And that said, Cox and his fellow panelists at Sunday's Interfaith Fireside is as far from the founding spirit of America as one can get.
He's on his way to Mar-a-Lago. Did you hear that?
Yeah, he's going to visit Mar-a-Lago with other governors. Cox told Fox News that he will join other Republican governors in a Mar-a-Lago visit with Donald Trump.
Kiss the ring.
Cox has acknowledged disagreements with Trump, but in a letter to the former president, the governor hoped that the attempt on his life would give him the opportunity to do something that no other person on earth could do, unify and save our country.
No.
Well, he's not making any moves to do that at all.
And when Spencer talks about, us coming together and us not disagreeing, what he means is you need to start agreeing with us and then all the disagreements will stop.
Oh, that's how that works.
All of
That's
these
how
rules
it's
apply to straight white people. Everybody else, you better agree with us or things in trouble.
A Utah Wildlife Rehab Center is now asking for hunters to make a switch in ammunition from lead to copper following the death of an eagle in the Beehive State. In the end, the loss of this beautiful individual was preventable, wrote the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of Northern Utah on their social media. The center said that the bald eagle is the first of the year that he died of lead poisoning stemming from the bullets of a hunting rifle. They made that determination following the use of lead testing machines. The symptoms are similar to those when an eagle contracts the West Nile virus, which is primarily a summer disease, as the prime vector is the mosquito. According to Wildlife Rehabilitation Center of Northern Utah, lead poisoning in predators like the bald eagle happens each year soon after the start of the rifle deer season and continues until March of the year. So hunters shoot animals like deer with bullets that have lead in them.
And then
eagles, come along and eat some of the
leftovers.
Yeah, and they get lead poisoning. Let's see, what else do we have here? How much time do we have?
Oh, you've got one more quick story.
Let's do this one. I've been hanging on to this story for you, Gary. Okay. An escaped spider monkey.
Oh, like a spider monkey.
in a pink tutu was rescued on the side of a Missouri highway after running up to a sheriff's deputy and tugging on his pant leg in search of help.
Help me! Oh, that's sad.
The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said the clever 8-pound primate made its escape from a house that it was staying at when it opened the front door and wandered into the great outdoors.
Wait, a house that he was staying at sounds like I'm sleeping on my friend's
They make me wear this.
Deputies responded to a call for an animal complaint involving a monkey and came upon the animal about an hour southwest of St. Louis, the department wrote. After careful negotiations and some coaxing, deputies were able to get close enough to go hands-on with the subject and bring this bananas situation under control without incident. In an adorable twist, the frightened spider monkey welcomed the rescue effort.
Oh.
Cops made a horrific discovery.
What?
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 This is going in.
It's going into a different story.
Weird
now.
story. Oh, Cops made horrific discovery at a Michigan resort after dad told daughters he had to grab something from the car and was never seen again.
Monkeys!
They said the daughter was a victim of sex trafficking.
This is a different story.
But then it goes to the monkey again.
That's AI is writing your news now.
There's a whole bunch of paragraphs in here from another story.
It's all cut and paste and automated. There's no people.
But then it goes back to the monkey. Apparently, a woman brought this monkey home, and it was more than she could handle.
Well, it's a spider monkey.
Yeah. Monkeys! And the monkey apparently was glad to be out of the house and under the protective custody of deputies. God, that's weird.
We'll take care of you over here.
Come here, little monkey.
Sports weather traffic.
After a big road win in Iowa, the Utah women's basketball program has finally cracked the AP Top 25. Utes are now ranked number 22 in the latest poll. Go Utes. More poll rankings. We have the men's basketball at Utah State. They have also cracked into the top 25. They are number 25, and they're playing tonight San Jose State. Utah Jazz home tonight to the Atlanta Hawks. Utah Utes men's basketball is on the road at Iowa today. That game is at 6 o'clock. And BYU against Texas Tech, that game is at 7. That's your sports. Weather. So we have a high wind advisory in effect for places. They're saying from about Mill Creek till about Bountiful, 40-mile-an-hour winds are possible. And then further north from that, Farmington usually sees the brunt of this. They could see 60-mile-an-hour winds today. 38 for a high. Overnight low 19. Will be pretty cold overnight. And the good news is this will make our air nice and clean. We'll take that. Traffic, we've had lots of issues in the canyon this morning. Just don't even try to go eastbound I-80. There are several different accidents for some reason going up Immigration Canyon there. And let's see. We've also got I-15 northbound. Oh, no, that one's cleared up. How about this one? Crash I-15 southbound Center Street exit in Orem. Right lane and shoulder blocked. Traffic is backed up to 8th North. And whatever you're seeing on the roads, you can text us and let us know. 33986. Haster Games for board games. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
Did you do that just for me?
Sure.
Love it.
As far as you know.
It's Katie.
Well, I mean, it is from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hi, Katie for short.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
Well, you see, we've come into a new year,
Mm-hmm.
and I am currently in a very big predicament of needing a new intern.
You need another loan. Oh.
Well, I mean, I'll take another loan by all means, as long as I don't have to pay it back.
We
But
need an intern. Huh?
I am in need of another intern.
Now, how much do we charge interns to work here?
Yeah, how much?
Well, it's classified as an internship, so it is $7.25 an hour, which I know is not great
Oh,
or
we
ideal.
pay them?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to legally in Utah.
Mm.
But I know it's not a lot of money, but it is worth all of the experience, especially if you want to be in the radio industry, the media and entertainment industry.
Well, that rules almost everybody out.
No, I mean, hey, look, I was one of those weirdos, but we've
Yeah.
also, I mean, we've pulled a couple of younger kids that are younger than me that really want to help out with this and be in this industry. So it's a good way to get your foot in the door. Obviously, the hours are early. It's about
What time does an intern have to arrive here?
5:45 a.m. So all of us are normally here about 5:15. 5:45 for the interns until about 10:30, since they have to edit the podcast and finalize that after the show. So it's only a couple of hours, and it will be every other day or so.
Well, it's
since
4 hours.
it is 4 hours.
4.5.
4.5. About 4:45 minutes. Anyways.
And you're going to do all kinds of things. Katie is going to teach you all kinds of stuff. If you want to know about editing, if you want to know, and we do video and audio, because we've actually had interns who are interested in doing TV kind of stuff. That kind of stuff could be helpful for you.
Katie can teach you to dress a wound.
I actually can. Yes, I can. It may not be completely professional, but
She can tell you all the rules of soccer.
I can tell you all the rules of raving. It is a fun job. I try and make it entertaining for the interns. It's really cool to learn the entertainment side, the ins and outs of radio, audio editing. There are no prerequisites to me hiring.
Katie will train you with
Yes.
everything you need to learn.
We have somebody new in there right now.
Yeah, so that's Allison. You guys will meet her.
Now, has Katie made it fun for you so far?
I hope so.
Two thumbs up.
But
Has she taught you to dress a wound yet?
Not yet. Not yet. We're working up to that one. But there's no prerequisites. So if you don't know how to do the audio editing, I will teach you that. If you've never worked
You don't
in
have to
video
know
and
it.
streaming,
You really don't have to know anything.
I mean,
right?
You guys didn't graduate
gotta-
from college, did you?
You got to know your.
So
I did.
I did.
Gina didn't.
You got to know
How
your
does
own
that
name.
always have to come up?
I know,
Why
right?
is that
Because you
always
don't
a
need a
thing?
prerequisite to be in radio. But it's a fun job.
Because you tried, Gina. Carrie didn't even try.
I didn't even. No.
The effort shows. KU radio shows.
Thank you.
But I was one of the crazy kids that always wanted to be in radio growing up, and so it was a dream come true to step in here, and I want to give the opportunity to those that want to be in this industry and help them excel in this industry.
But you don't have to have just the desire to do it is enough.
It's a big enough
You don't
pull.
have to have
I
ever
need-
done anything. in
I
it.
need reliability.
Yep.
I need punctuality, and I need clear communication.
And we need your shoes shined every day and a big smile on
No,
your face.
you don't have to have shiny shoes.
My shoes are matte, and they are brand new. But yes,
Trav, the trash man, has a question.
Mm-hmm.
If I intern, can I play D&D with you?
Not
look, I
during
am
the show.
trying. I am trying to start an X96 D&D group, so we can talk. We can talk. But it is a fun job. I know it's obviously you'll have to have a second job after it. I know the hours are early, but
So if you're from a wealthy family, this would be the best.
I mean, look, I had
you don't
3
really have
jobs
to work.
when I was interning. I did have 3 jobs with doing different things, but it really is a major foot in the door to excel in almost any media industry.
And you'll get to help out on things like we do Lights, Camera, Brunch.
Which is coming up, the podcast.
You'll help out with kind of stuff like that.
We'll give you a donut every once in a while.
Depending, sometimes you can come onto a live broadcast with us to do the video stuff. It just
You can buy coffee for me.
Yeah, you can run over to a Market Street Grill. I used to do that for you guys. I don't make you do that because I hardly eat breakfast in the morning. But I am in search of an intern.
How do people get a hold of you?
You can reach out to me either at radiofromhell@x96.com. I will keep an eye on that email. Or if you want to try and get me directly, cjones@bwaymedia. And you can get me, and I will reply as soon as possible.
The letter C.
C as in
Jones.
cat. Yeah.
Now, here's another question. Would you take a 50-year-old social worker?
Sure.
Sure.
My mom was a social worker. We'll have lots to talk about.
But it also works good if you are going to school.
Allison is in the middle of school. She is earning intern credit, which is a big deal. And so that's also the opportunity that you can learn and get intern credit for school. You do have to be 18 or older. So just a heads up, I need you out of high school, obviously.
Yeah.
And then just the early morning hours and the reliability. Reliability is my number one because I depend on my interns so much that
there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes here. I know it doesn't seem like it. I know it seems like we're just winging it.
I do so much and I depend on the interns so much. And, there are great perks when it comes to interning. You can get cool things sometimes.
Sometimes there are tickets that we don't give away that are
Exactly.
available.
Yeah.
But you'll learn how to produce podcasts. You'll
Yep.
learn how to produce video feed.
Yeah.
So that
From live streaming to making videos and posting them on social medias, podcast recording, which I even started my own podcast after doing this with you guys. And so it really can help with any media, audio.
And I'd like it if you had
career.
a really cool car and wouldn't mind driving me around once in a while.
Yeah, sure.
If you have a really cool car.
Or have a lot of stickers on your car. I have a lot of stickers on my car. Everybody knows if I'm there. But yeah, please reach out. It is a great opportunity, and I really do need some reliable help. So
that's how Katie started. That's how Nick started. Nick was an intern.
Corey Cameron Diaz, she excelled and
She's working for the big boys now.
yeah, and I'm very proud of her. And it's really cool to see those interns that we have brought in excel in the future. And it's not like I'm trying to hold you down as an intern. I want to help you develop this ability and this knowledge and excel in the radio industry if that's what you're looking for, or media.
We had an intern once who went on to work at Abercrombie and Finch.
Lovely. Well, you guys had an intern that's now a lead singer of
a
Stacey?
band.
What's her name?
Butcher Baby.
Butcher Baby, that's right. Thank you.
Band, yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities that can go from just starting an internship.
My Aunt Leela is in her 90s, and she lives over here in American Towers.
Great.
So maybe
she's up. She doesn't sleep.
She doesn't sleep.
She'll be
up.
a quick walk.
Yeah.
But so radiofromhell@x96.com or C as in Cat Jones at bwaymedia.com.
We have had a couple of mature interns.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
And
people in their 50s.
I do not judge by age.
You just have to be 18. Like
yes,
you said,
yeah. So please reach out, intern. I need it.
And you want to get this taken care of.
This is
ASAP.
Yeah, as soon as possible. Yes, I need help because Allison can only do so many days, so it'll be switching off days.
And it's nice that Alvin there comes in and helps out.
Alvin and Spencer and all the other names
How
that you
about
give Tanner.
I don't know Tanner.
Right. But yeah, so please reach out and help me out.
Look, if I say, "Hey, Alvin, how you doing?" Look, see, he responds.
You're right. You got to quit responding to that, Tanner. Make him say your name.
I think he loves it.
Call me by my name.
So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I really want to get that out there, and I'll be filling this as soon as possible. So
thank you.
Intern, please.
All right.
Thanks,
On it.
Katie.
Okay.
I love you, radio.
Yeah, well, good luck in radio.
And don't think you can be like us and drink on the job.
No.
That's another thing.
That's right.
Everybody in America pretty much either had a radio or had access to one, and you could use it for free.
Wow.
It's true.
Soon you'll be able to walk into your Admiral dealer's store and confidently buy the style radio or radio phonograph you want.
Yes.
Yes. Your Admiral Radio.
Admiral.
I have a couple of those.
Do you now?
I do.
Okay, crash southbound I-15 Milepost 279 is Main Street in Lehigh. I have something stuck in my throat.
Well, have some
second.
water. Have your brown fizzy water.
Water is the number one ingredient in Diet Coke. Sorry. Southbound I-15, 106 South, right lanes are closed there. Also crashed southbound I-15, 8th North and Orem. Oh, no.
You're fine.
Clark Planetarium proudly presents
Diet
Living
Coke
Worlds.
works great.
Starting January 17th in the Hanson Dome Theater, explore Earth's coevolution with life journey through space and time.
God.
Discover how we can find living worlds beyond. Don't miss this stunning film.
Medic!
She's down.
Medic!
Folks, we've got a piper down.
Oh, sorry about that.
There you go. Okay. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song with your boner recap game. Easy to play. All you have to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could guess, but why guess when you could cheat? Go to x96.com, look for the box that says boner voting, boner of the day, January 7, 2025. Click on there, and it'll say winner right next to the winner of the boner of the day. And what is the prize?
A bunch of expo tickets. 2 different expos are happening. There's the Travel Expo. It's the Morris Columbus Travel Expo, January 24th through the 25th. And we also have Auto Expo tickets. This is happening January 17th through the 20th.
All right. 877-602-9696. After some messages and a song, call, play, win. It's the boner recap. 877-602-9696 for all those expo tickets. Stand by for that. KXRK Provo. Squatters, Salt Lake Brewing Company.
Now, I'm not sure what the ticket status is right now.
We're going to find out today.
For Lights, Camera, Brunch. But it's coming up on January, the 26th?
6th.
It's a Sunday, and it is a Not Safe for Work podcast that we'll be recording there. We're going to have a bar and brunch and special guests, and it's your chance to come and be a part of all of that and have fun, have a brunch with us.
I just went to x96.com. Right at the top, there's a banner that says Lights, Camera, Brunch. Buy your tickets here. So it does look like tickets are still available.
We start at, 11 o'clock?
So doors open at 10. Our podcast recording will start at 11.
Yeah, and the bar is open right away. Now, it's a cash bar. You have to pay extra for your drinks, but the $35 ticket fee is, all the food you want for the brunch. And we have a lot of fun doing this. We hope you join us. Just go to x96.com and look for that banner and buy your tickets today. I drive to work and I come the same route almost every day. And so I'm coming down first south, 100 South in Salt Lake, and I get to State Street where Harmon's is there, and I'm heading west. And usually have to stop at a light at State Street. and then it turns green, and you continue down, and you start passing the mall, the gate, the City Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a mid-block traffic light there.
Yeah.
For pedestrians. There are never any pedestrians that time of the morning. And sometimes that light will turn red, and you have to sit there mid-block and wait for the light to change.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another light at Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
So stuck at State Street in First South, stuck mid-block, stuck Main Street. It's very irritating. That mid-block light is just a pain in the ass. Now, I understand that it's necessary for when there are people in traffic. Actually, there's some car traffic. You can go drive on Regent Street now, so you can drive. It's where Regent Street is and crosses. So, but there's never any cars there. They just need to do that. At 5:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous to be stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
But I got smart. I figured something out.
You ran the red light.
No, I never do that because God knows I'll get caught. There's somebody watching, I know. There's the tunnel that so State Street. There's an entrance to the underground parking garage into the City Creek.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about. So instead of going to that mid-block light or going on down to Main Street, you can go down into the parking. And I figured out
underneath.
I figured out one time, a long time ago, that parking tunnel, it just goes down, and you don't have to go into the parking. You can just go up the ramp, and you're right there at Main Street. I would thought, God, I am so clever. And so I do that routinely. I would do that routinely. Down into the tunnel and up on the Main Street. Now, don't ever have to worry about that stupid mid-block light. Until a couple of months ago, I started to go down into the tunnel, and I went, wait a minute, and stopped, because I looked down in there, and there was a gate up. And I thought, crap. And so I went. And then,
on to you.
Well, I don't know. And I've done this for a year. I don't know why they started putting up the gate. Then the next day, there was no gate, and so I went and I looked. One time I got down into the tunnel, and and I didn't see the gate until I was down in the depths of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a gate there, and I think, oh God, what do I do now? I've got to figure out how to get back out there because there's a gate. And then as I started to move, I pulled up close, and it opened, apparently activated by my car. And I went, oh, okay. So I can still, if there's a gate there, some mornings, I can still go down there because if I get close to it, it'll open automatically because my car will open it. So great. And so today, went down there. There was the gate. I went, no problem. That'll open automatically. Went down.
Nope.
Didn't open. So I'm down at the bottom of the tunnel, and everything's gated.
I just sent Carrie, and I just tweeted. I did an ad for City Creek several years ago.
And you want to know how I got out of this, or should you do this part first?
How'd you get out of it?
I had to back out back up slowly all the way back up that ramp onto First South, and then
not a time saver at all.
And then I got caught at the red light at the mid-block.
If you want to see the ramp that Bill's talking about and me driving it and showing you how to park at City Creek, I did an ad for them.
So I just don't know why they have...
Sometimes people talk about it being difficult coming downtown. Where do I go? Where do I park when I get there? I'm Gina Barbarian, downtown Salt Lake, and I'm here to show you it's easy to park at City Creek Center. Come on.
Look at her go.
There's many ways you can enter City Creek Center, but this is my favorite. There's two on First South, but this is kind of a hidden treasure. It's right in the middle of the block.
A hidden
so you
treasure.
might not think to go in this way, but you should. There are 6 street entrances to City Creek Center's parking garage. State Street, First South.
Well, maybe I'll try some of the others.
I give you spots now.
What
Crazy. Yeah,
I don't
there's-
understand is
there's-
why they started with the gate all of a sudden.
There's a bunch of them there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just steps from your favorite.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of City Creek management and say, could you just make sure that
I mean, they've got cameras. Surely they see you.
now
So maybe they went, this guy, he's doing this all the time. Maybe we need to
so
fix this.
what? It's not hurting anything.
It's their prerogative, whether it's hurting something or not.
It's not. Listen, I'm telling you, my money, my tithing went to some of that.
You're tithing. When was the last time you tithed?
But tax money went to a lot of that too.
Well, sure. Tax money goes to a lot of things that you aren't allowed to enjoy.
Maybe this morning. So there are 3 gates down there, or 4 actually. I noticed. So the one to go into the parking has never been down, but that one was down today, and the one that just blocks off the tunnel, and then there's one that blocks off people coming out on the other side and going up. So there are 1, 2, 3. There are 4 gates. And they were all down today for some reason. Maybe I wasn't patient enough. Maybe I could have figured out how to get that gate to open. But I mean, I edged up to it, but it didn't open. So, if anybody works for City Creek and would like to help me with this dilemma, because I really hate that mid-block light, and plus it's fun to just go whoosh, whoosh, down, up, and be
Bill
on
likes
Main
to
Street.
whoosh.
It's the little pleasures at 5:30 in the morning as I am half asleep coming here to entertain you.
Since Santa Quinn
Otis
always thought that was she wants Mo, but it's more in Santa Quinn. It's not Mo, it's more.
She want Mo?
She want
You
Mo.
mean someone named Mo?
Yeah. No.
Mo Sislak?
Maybe. But
Otis.
Santa Quinn is where all this
Santa Quinn.
goes
Otis.
down.
Calling from the jail, no doubt.
Probably. All right. Well, let's see. I
It's,
believe.
boner recap?
It is time for the boner recap.
Do we have a contestant?
Let me get you one. Here
Please.
we go. Looks like Tina is here.
Tina, is that right?
Hi.
Hi, Tina.
Yeah.
Hi, Tina. Where are you calling
Hey.
from? Where are you calling from?
South Salt Lake.
And what are you doing today? Anything special?
No, just working.
Yeah. What do you do?
I do internet security.
So, Tina, were you listening to the radio station earlier when we did the boner candidates?
I was.
Oh, you'll get this. It'd be no problem. What is the prize that Tina is sure to win?
The double prize, Tina. We've got a couple expos going on. The Utah International Auto Expo at Mountain America Expo Center happening January 17th through the 20th. Hundreds of the hottest cars and trucks all in one place. We also have the 29th Annual Morris Columbus Travel Expo, January 24th through the 25th at Mountain America Expo Center. Explore airlines, cruise lines, hotels, resorts, and the biggest long-running travel expo in Utah.
Thank goodness we have an expo center.
That's where all
because
this happens.
because where would we put these expos if we didn't have that? All right, Tina, I'm going to read the boner candidates we had today. You tell me the one that was the winner, and you'll go out and see things that are being exposed. Well, that's what it is.
An expo.
It's short for exposed. Number one was, it turns out that black magic had nothing to do with it. This is a guy in India. He woke up on the side of the road. He told police he didn't know what had happened, but 4 of his fingers had been chopped off. The police immediately suspected black magic. Some black magicians had stolen his fingers to use in their devious rituals. But as it turns out, no, this guy chopped off his own fingers because he's a computer programmer. Did kind of work similar to you, Tina, and he didn't want to work anymore. So, I mean, Tina, if you cut off your fingers, it'd be pretty hard for you to work anymore, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can do speak to text or something. I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think he was sort of on the right track. Don't you think, Tina? That was boner candidate number. Yeah, that was number one. Boner candidate number 2, House Speaker Mike Johnson, the pious liar, telling everyone in Congress day before yesterday, I guess it was yesterday, the Jefferson prayer. This is a prayer that Thomas Jefferson said every day while he was, in office, while he was president, and even to the day he died. He said it every day. It did not. He did not. The prayer was written in the 20th century, by the way, long after Jefferson had died. And Thomas Jefferson believed that religion, you should keep it to yourself, essentially.
It's a private
is what
thing.
he said. It's a private thing, and government should not be intertwined with religion at all.
And this was from Monticello at the Jefferson Historical Society that was debunking this.
Yeah, but Mike Johnson,
Nope.
History doesn't matter to him.
Nope, rewrite it.
And then boner candidate number 3, Tina, don't you feel bad for Bob? No, I don't. Bob Menendez throwing his wife Nadine under the bus.
By the way, that's not, we keep showing this picture. That's not Bob. I don't know who that is, but that's not Bob.
Oh, no, it isn't.
So I don't know who that is.
That's somebody who's Bob Menendez adjacent, probably. But at any rate, Democratic Senator Bob Menendez involved in all kinds of graft, and his wife was involved in it with him. But now he's trying to say, this was all her. I didn't know what was. All right, Tina, which one was the boner of the day?
Well, I think I should have been number 3, but it's number 2.
Yeah. You have kind of a sensitive feeling about that, Tina. Has anybody ever tried to throw you under the bus?
No, I just think it's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It's not only evil. It's you've pinned it. It is stupid. Mm-hmm. It's a stupid defense. All right, Tina, congratulations. You're going to go see things being exposed, cars and travel. And
Sounds good.
Have a good time. Hang on the line, and somebody will help you get the tickets.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these with some big boy news and a Pinuendo. Stand by for that. Goldback.
Yes, indeed. Let me tell you, if you're looking ways, maybe you have wanted to get into precious metals, and you've thought, I don't know, it's just a little too rich for my blood. I don't know how to do it. Well, if you're looking to do that and for ways to diversify and protect your wealth, consider investing in Goldbacks. Goldbacks is a local currency made of 24-karat gold that offers a physical, spendable form of wealth protection. Goldbacks maintain their value because they are made, in fact, from real gold that offers natural resistance to inflation. So as the price of gold increases, so does the value of your gold backs. Plus, you can lease them through a precious metals account and earn up to 3.5% annually on top of gold's growth. Shop local and spend in gold. Use gold backs in-person transactions digitally through a UPMA account, or you can spend them at over 800 businesses in Utah. You want to find out more about that? You need to go to alpinegold.com, use the promo code RADIO for free shipping on orders of over $200.
Okay, let's see, 9:22. And it is time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Waterproof your home with Baseco because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue. From sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations, each solution backed by guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
A woman who worked as a hairstylist for Fox Sports alleges in a lawsuit that former host Skip Bayless made repeated unwanted advances toward her, including an offer of $1.5 million to have sex with him.
Wow.
Attorneys for Nushin Farajai, who was a hairstylist at Fox for more than a decade, are seeking unspecified damages for Bayless from Fox Sports and its parents company, Fox Corporation, according to a copy of a lawsuit filed Friday in California. The complaint claims Fox executives fostered a hostile work environment that allowed senior managers and on-air personalities, including Bayless, to abuse workers without fear of punishment. The Associated Press does not generally identify in text or images those who they say have been sexually assaulted or subjected to abuse unless they have publicly identified themselves, as Farajai has in filing the suit. An attorney for Bayless, Jared Levine, did not immediately respond to AP's telephone and text messages seeking comment. Email and phone messages left at Bayless's talent company were not immediately returned either. Bayless could not be reached.
Football. Watch it every day on TV.
Farajai claims that the advances by Bayless, which began in 2017 and continued until last year, included lingering hugs, kisses on the cheek, and comments from Bayless that he'd change Farajai's life if she had sex with him.
Well, I mean, $1.5 million.
In 2021, she claims he offered her $1.5 million for sex. After she refused, later he threatened her job. I can't imagine. Well, I don't know.
You don't think that happened?
I don't know. Offering somebody $1.5 million seems a little extravagant.
I don't know. He might have the money.
The world's richest musician is worth more than Taylor Swift and Beyonce combined. You know who that is, right? Jay-Z.
Oh, really?
Declared hip-hop's first billionaire in 2019 with a net worth of 2 billion euros, it says here. His music career began in 1996 when he launched his Rockefeller label, releasing his first studio album, Reasonable Doubt, later that year. He has since sold over 125 million records worldwide, won 24 Grammys. Jay-Z's business interests range from his Rock Nation Entertainment Company, has a big deal with the NFL and other sporting entities, a fashion line, 2 luxe drink brands. His portfolio includes stakes in some of the world's biggest companies, including Uber and SpaceX. It's more than Taylor Swift and Beyonce combined.
Well, but Beyonce's married to him, so isn't some of that her money too? I mean,
well, she has her own. She has her own money. He has his money. I guess that's how they do it. The Golden Globes, the 2025 ratings, about the same as last year. But everyone praised the show as being 100% better than last year. The total is sourced from Video Amp rather than Nielsen, as CBS's parent company is in current contact dispute with Nielsen. So they got their ratings from somewhere else.
I say status, you say quo. So passed.
And everyone agreed that Nikki Glaser was fabulous as a host.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people saying, I think they've already offered her next year, and she could probably do it for as long as she wants.
I heard her being interviewed about Howard Stern had her on like the very next morning, and she's like, I don't know why people turn this down. She said it's a great gig.
Well, she's a pretty. She knows how to work.
Yeah.
And she's very meticulous about what she does and how she works jokes. And
you won't be saying that if you have a slightly off night.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Because it's just a thankless job.
Johnny Depp is warning about ongoing social media scams targeting his fan base. The actor wished his followers on Instagram a Happy New Year, while also alerting fans about people impersonating him online and asking for money.
Well, we know you've been having some money troubles, Johnny, so
sadly,
I'll send you $25.
Sadly, it's been brought to my attention that online scammers are intensifying their efforts to target my fans and supporters. As part of their tactics, they create multiple deceptive social media email accounts impersonating me and members of my team. First of all, you could do better if you'd fire a few members of your team. Depp explained that the modern artificial intelligence technology is able to, quote, create the illusion of my face and voice so the scammers may look and sound just like the real Johnny Depp. But neither I nor my team will ask you for any money or your personal information.
Unless you're into it.
Jelly Roll is hoping to end the Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly feud.
Well, good.
He's going to broker a peace deal?
I don't know why he wants to get involved in that. Jelly Roll is, my heart is bring them together one day. What do you care? Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have settled their divorce.
Good.
And in a month and a half, they will officially call their marriage quits. So
they sell that ridiculous $60 million house.
Each of them walks away with what they individually acquired during the marriage. The money Ben earned from his various movie projects is his, and the same goes for J-Lo. Neither will pay spousal support to the other. Ben will keep his stake in his production company, which is very successful, apparently, Artis Equity. He's partnered with Matt Damon on that. If he and Matt Damon ever get a divorce, though, man, that's going to be rough. And J-Lo,
they're both fine.
Yeah, they're fine. They shouldn't have.
But they really do. They have this $60 million house that they never lived in.
Really?
And there's only so many people that could even afford a $60 million house, let alone want that house. I think it will just sit there and sit there.
They maybe ought to try and buy this house, the happiest place on earth.
Where's that?
Hiram, Utah.
What?
This Disney-themed mansion features Swiss Family Robinson rooms, a full replica of the theme park's Tiki Room, a Star Wars tunnel, a Cars raceway, along with a 16-vehicle garage, 18 bathrooms, 8 bedrooms, still-to-be-finished pool, and a dining room for 42 people. It's in Cache Valley. It can be yours for $35 million.
So has nobody ever lived in it?
No, somebody has, briefly. It's Carrie Oman, an associate broker for Summit Sotheby's, who's listing agent for the house, said the Colossus outsizes. It is the biggest house in Utah by far.
Again, who's going to afford this and want that?
A 5-level. There's a 5-level main house, which besides the mammoth dining room and enough bedrooms and bathrooms to host the Kennedy clan, also boasts 2 bunk rooms and a multiple greeting area, an incomplete pool barn, which will sport that gargantuan garage, along with an indoor swimming pool, exercise room, open event space area, a 140-foot-long tunnel connecting the 2 buildings. The property was designed to be a family gathering place for an unidentified Cache Valley resident.
I want him identified.
I think you could identify him. With long ties to the Hiram area. It certainly create fun things for the grandkids. That's what he was trying to do. He said the home would make an ideal family or corporate retreat for a Disney-devoted buyer.
I mean, that is so specific. Again, somebody who has that kind of money and wants to spend it in that way. I guess they'll find someone.
I don't know. Not something I want.
I'd buy it and then turn it into a hotel.
Yeah.
Apparently, Bill Murray's been touring the United States with a band, covering Dylan songs and Kinks songs. Backed by Mike Zito and Albert Castilla and their band billed as Murray's Blood Brothers. They're doing all kinds of classic rock and Wilson Pickett songs. I guess he just sings.
I guess.
It's a hobby.
As long as he sings like Nick the Lounge Singer, it'll be fine. Weather?
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. It's not really windy downtown. I know there are some people that have been feeling it so far. We do have a wind advisory in effect going on now through tomorrow. And supposed to be like from Mill Creek north to about Bountiful, could have wind gusts around 40 miles an hour. But even more than that, once you get to Farmington, they could have 60-mile-an-hour winds today. High of 38, overnight low 19. It'll be pretty chilly overnight tonight once this windstorm blows through. Then it looks like next chance of snow will be Friday night into Saturday. Clark Planetarium proudly presents Living Worlds starting January 17th at the Hanson Dome Theater. Explore Earth's coevolution with life, journey through space-time, discover how we can find living worlds beyond. Don't miss this stunning film.
Thank you very much. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these. Stand by. Glow! Happening now at Gallivan Center. You saw it on the way into work this morning.
Yeah, beautiful.
The Blocks is the downtown arts district, and they amplify arts and artists, help create a vibrant, creative community highlighted by immersive art exhibitions like Glow. This year, Glow is 3 times larger, 27 sculptures that celebrate the earth. It's at the Gallivan Center. Glow, lights, sights, and sounds, free to the public. You just go walk through Gallivan Center and you can enjoy it. Now, while you're there, maybe you want to go ice skating. That'll cost you a little extra, but, why not? Children are $5, adults $14. Now, the Glow sculptures, created with In Theory Art Collective. They are recycled dichroic IM. That means something to someone. Some of the sculptures have and others will be featured at Burning Man. Like Laura Tohei, the Navajo Nation Poet Laureate, created You Belong to the Earth. It's a polychroma 14-foot tall rainbow that acknowledges diversity. And there's so much to do downtown. Go to theblockslc.com.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
Shurvut. S-H-U-R-V-U-T. Shurvut. Now here to use this somewhat tricky word in dialogue is the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his son, Denver Criddle. The mayor has called Denver to his office, a tough shed behind the Criddle home, for a somewhat confrontational meeting with his son. Again, the word is Shurvut.
Daddy, why have you asked me to come to the office, Daddy? You don't ever invite me to the office of mayor unless there's something I've done wrong. Or the garbage needs to be took out. Did I do something wrong, Daddy? Or is your garbage can full?
Sit down, son. I want to read you something I seen in the news. It's from Nephi City.
Nephi City. Oh, those dirty, low-down you-know-whats. How much more are we going to take from them, Daddy? Are they trying to steal something away from Mona again? Are they trying to steal away another business from us?
Denver, you are letting it get away from you, son. Just calm down.
Calm down, Daddy. Nephi would love to see Mona dry up and blow away. You know the Maverick down there. They was thinking about locating here in Mona. But the Nephi Council promised them the moon, and they went there.
They went to the moon?
No, they went to Nephi. Oh. And heck, Daddy, Nephi already had a pilot travel center. It's war, Daddy. This is a Nephi-Mona war.
Denver, I have told you before. We are not to war with Nephi. That war is all in your overactive imagination. The whole Maverick thing is just business, son, not war.
It's war, old man, and that's going to change when I'm mayor.
What's that?
Nothing, Daddy, nothing. Why did you want to see me?
Well, when I seen in the news, it was from Nephi City Police, and they want the public's help finding whosoever was responsible for dumping a load of cow manure in a car up to Nephi. They're calling it Manurageddon.
Manurageddon. Daddy, I don't know nothing about that.
The police say a reward is being offered for the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the manure attack. Now, look, here's a picture of the car and a picture of the manure and a picture of the manure in the car and a phone number if you have information or want to turn yourself in.
Well, I didn't do nothing, Daddy.
You sure of it?
I'm sure of it. Hey, Daddy, would I get a reward if I turned myself in?
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
And that's how that goes.
Is this a sponsor? Well, no, this is
brought to you by Nightingale College.
Nightingale College.
It's the wonderful time of the week when we talk to Elena Wood from Nightingale College. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Hello, hello. Happy New Year to you as well.
Now, Elena, we start off the year and a lot of people make resolutions. We're gonna set goals for 2025, and then by the end of maybe this week, they're gone.
No, it's gonna work this year, Bill.
How do you maintain it?
This year we're gonna do it.
How do you do it?
It's gonna be different this year.
Okay, how do we do it?
So we got to maintain that momentum throughout the year, and the very first step, which might sound pretty simple, is to set specific goals. So define what success actually looks like for you. So, for example, instead of saying, I'm going to drink more water, set a specific goal of maybe drinking 2 liters per day.
Okay.
So get very specific and don't say, by the end of the year, I want to be doing this. Say, here's what I want to do today.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
Today, but you can't. So I want to make $1 million this year. But I have to.
Okay.
But I have to set it up so that I say,
how much are you making today?
Today I will make probably about $84.30.
There's math.
And what are you going to do today that will help move you toward that overall goal?
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Rob a bank.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
I do not encourage that.
No, I'm on the wrong track. Let's just move on.
So the next step is to visualize your success using tools like vision boards, positive affirmations, and meditations can help you to picture what success looks like. And tools like that vision board can really help to remind you of what those overall goals are, especially on days when you just don't feel like doing it.
Now, maybe I don't really know what a vision board is. Tell me what it is.
Essentially, it is either a digital or physical product that has pictures of what you'd like your life to look like.
Ah, I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a picture of somebody really handsome in front of me and say,
that's your goal, Bill.
I'm going to try and look like that.
Yes.
Work toward that.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
The next step is to track your progress. using a tool like a journal or app, just keeping track of the steps that you're taking along the way, as well as those milestones that you're reaching day to day, week to week, month to month.
What happens when, so let's say you're tracking your weight and it keeps going up instead of down, and then you end up throwing your phone on the floor. I mean, it's very discouraging sometimes.
Absolutely. And, another reason we track is so that we can see if we need to make adjustments to our habits and what we're doing each day. And, weight in particular can be one of those little bit more frustrating things. Just remind yourself that weight's going to fluctuate day to day, week to week. And as long as you're over time making some progress, that 1 or 2 days where maybe you had some extra water or sodium and you're a little bloated are not the end of the world.
That's it. I just bloated, okay? I just bloated.
I've been doing this with my blood pressure and taking it and writing it down every day. And you're right. If you don't do it all the time, you could kind of freak out about it. But when you look at the whole picture rather than just one day, you're like, okay, I had a bad day for whatever reason, but it's better generally.
Oh, that was the day I ate that cruller. Yeah. All right. Well, now what do we do? Track your progress. Then what's the support system?
Yes, establish a support system. Surround yourself with friends and family that support your goals, and maybe even accountability buddies who are working toward the same or similar goals. And if you need something a little more, think about working with a coach, a mentor, a counselor, a professional who can help you kind of move forward.
And this is absolutely true, and it'll sound like I'm making a joke, but I have the tendency, let's say, I want to stop drinking for a month, and they say so you should set up a buddy, somebody that who loves you, and say I'm going to want to be accountable to you, and I want to help me keep on track. But I don't do that because I'm afraid that I will disappoint them.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like I'll be embarrassed. I have an attachment, but that's just me. Anyway. Support system, reward yourself.
Reward yourself. And this just means celebrating those little milestones along the way. And part of this is if you're tracking, you're going to be able to see those small pieces of success as you're going. And these celebrations can be anything. Giving yourself a high five, throwing yourself a dance party, maybe even purchasing something that is connected with that goal. If
Good
you're
idea.
trying to drink more water, maybe buying a really fancy water bottle.
Okay. Listen, we have to wrap it up here. Stay flexible. That's the last one. Just give yourself a break, right?
Exactly.
Where can we find out more about this, Elena?
You can learn more about this as well as Nightingale's amazing programs by visiting nightingale.edu.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care, my friends.
All right. We'll talk to you later. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after these messages and a song to crawl towards the exits. Stand by. Haster Games. You can go to HasterGames.com. Best to go to their location, 6831 South State Street. If you go to their location, you can see how much stuff they've got. I mean, after all, their slogan is Haster Has It. The new year, new games to play with your friends and loved ones for board games, Magic, Dungeons & Dragons, dice, figures, paints, all the latest board games, Haster has it. They, of course, specialize in the tabletop board gaming, but there's also just traditional family games that they have there, and you can try them before you buy them at Haster. Coming January 17th is the new Pokemon set, Prismatic Evolution. Lovers of EV and its many evolutions are in for a treat with this set featuring all the fan-favorite EV forms. There's plenty at Haster Games for non-EV fans as well, if you're not. Come by the shop or give Haster a call to reserve products for this fantastic new set. More great events coming up this month, including the store showdown for Star Wars Unlimited this Wednesday, January 8th, as well as Haster's first ever Kill Team tournament happening January 18th. So check it out, the Haster Games website or Discord server for more information. Go to see them, 6831 South State.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're just like,
Just hard getting back to work.
No, it's not that.
puppy stuff.
No, it's I'm tired of that song.
Oh.
If you want to know the truth, that's what I'm
That's
sighing
what it
about.
is?
Well, you could have turned it down.
No, turn it up and rip the knob off. That's what you do.
Got a email from Cindy Mitchell, our librarian friend. Of course, I would be happy to go with you to the Netherlands if you go. I can pay my own way. I was driving when the segment was on. We're talking about this radio station in the Netherlands where the DJ, as it turns out there, is familiar with us. So one of the few alternative stations in, probably the only one in the Netherlands. And this guy knows who we are. And so maybe we will work out an exchange program. She said, I didn't call in because I was on my way to work. Mike told me about it. I was going to offer to host him, the DJ, at my house. If he comes on the exchange program, he can stay at my house.
Wow. Is this the station right here, Carrie?
Yeah.
It's called Radio Kink, and it's in
Kink.nl is how you would find it.
And it's in the Netherlands. And their morning guy, as it turns out, is familiar with us. So
he's a friend of the program.
that makes us, it makes us the world-famous Radio from Hell show.
Yes, which I want all of our imaging to start reflecting that.
And Cindy Mitchell is now signing her emails, official Radio from Hell Dutch translator.
Ooh. Well, I mean, as we've learned from Trump, you can just say anything.
Sure.
You know?
But I don't. But he makes stuff up. We're not making it up. If somebody in the Netherlands knows us, then we're world famous. 'Cause
Exactly.
That's in another part of the world.
When we have listeners in London and Germany and
Australia.
Pennsylvania.
That makes us world famous.
All right. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
You just spent the holidays with people you love.
Or maybe with people who drive you nuts.
People who do things that must go.
You have a list. We know you do.
Send us your things that must go to radiofromhell@x96.com and we'll fix it.
The fix is in. Wednesday morning on Radio from Hell here on X96. I should have said, Katie, can you splice the line on? The fix is in. Wednesday morning on the world-famous Radio from Hell show on X96.
There you go.
We'll start leaning into it.
Embrace it.
You bet.
I want to hear the DJ
I was
again.
hoping we'd get another DJ break before we left.
We heard that earlier.
But I don't think so.
He's a fast talker.
Probably not going to happen. All right. Well, anyway, I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Man-eater screwworm.
Ooh.
Mm.
Artie Fufkin is next.